Hi, welcome to another edition of Sarah Jane Media Live on Facebook. Well, today we want to say thank you to viewers for following us all this week and also for being part of the discussion for the past week or two when the Euro don't start. Well, today we talk football, and the football we talk today, we don't begin to see the changes in what thing that happened so far with the football we talk. I mean, they say last week before start the program, we will come back to the records of knowing exactly the team that we don't qualify and the team that will not qualify according to the prediction we make. But we'll not get the full team yet, but the team will complete soon. And then we'll be able to go straight to the records and see exactly other in prediction become not correct and other in prediction go wrong. But we don't say the game don't begin change momentum. At the moment, currently, we don't watch the first game. We don't play earlier on this afternoon between Holland and Czech Republic. Again, a game where you likely go predict, say, oh, you go know the team where they win. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be what we all expected. And like I can always say, has Holland be some team where you know they actually put all you hope and trust, man? Well, the second game for this afternoon don't start. This evening, we're not tonight, don't start. We're now Belgium versus Portugal. A very interesting match. This match is so interesting that we might not even know what will be the outcome. Just like how we know exactly what will be the outcome of the first match we don't play, but we will summarize and say, well, Holland gets a very good team on paper, so there's a likelihood say they might perform very well more than Czech Republic. But again, football, now Uda prepare better on the day, then they win the game. So I want to welcome with two guests and today. Like I go first to Mola, make you say hello to viewers and then give you a own view about the first game we don't play, and then I can go to the next guest in the studio. Welcome, Mola.
Hi everyone. Back again, we're on in the last 16, which is the second round of the tournament. So yesterday I see good football, and today also again I see some surprising results where surprise the world, but not to be all is surprise, because we know when we go to a certain stage, some countries that we can expect much from and can struggle for proceed because of certain weaknesses them where they still not able to identify and put in place.
Okay, I hear that. So that's like your opinion for the game we don't play. Well, let's bring in the other guest way. Now we much Frenchman, but today he didn't at the other side of the French platform. Over to you, Mr. Franklin. Welcome to the program.
Merci beaucoup, Thibaut. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I want to say hello to all the viewers then back again. And as I can always say, we always say football and biscuits on outside the book. But this one also, I think, say we suppose I get for Ben. Like we more like say earlier on, maybe get surprised on the Holland match, you know. But I mean, we meet up talents and people are not experts. One man down on a disaster for any side. So I mean, because of that -1, I'm not surprised with the results. But this way, people they feel say this was when I target them, I'll tell you say no. Seriously, now the game this way, Portugal get for show people and wonder say yes, there's a big play ball. And I want to tell you one thing, say the king will all look at football when I Ronaldo, therefore display a lot of things today because when them two big sides like in day, they can meet up so they get different way for playing football because everybody they give competent time for show waiting is sabi, and now they so right now. You know, so we Portugal they hold the ball. You know, say yes, they should say yes. We have Portugal, Belgium as well again. Now two teams them back again where they play tactical, individually they get the power. You know, and the tactics when they play are nearly the same. You see, so for me today, I believe say Portugal get more chance because of one thing. I want to be honest now. Just because Boko of the Belgian player, they can't play Ronaldo today. And when Ronaldo can say that, we know what he can do. And as I can say, earlier around the first 1 minute, not 2 goals and don't miss so. So for me today, I think say again for be, you know, a 2-1 win for Portugal.
All right, me can always say miss goal not the kill. The fact say miss goal not the kill. Now how many goals you score per game, then you determine the winner. So basically, if you miss 50 goals and then score one against you, yes, the statistics could be 50 goals missed and 1 against. So basically, missed goal in the kill. But I kind of not going to agree with you, say Belgium, they can't play Ronaldo because Belgium gets possibly likely man-to-man capacity in terms of man-to-man. And as a team, I think they too are well compact. Although Portugal, yes, gets a team where we believe, say, go stand the times of pressure in the game. But at the same time, Belgium gets an out-and-out field player that we go for everything. They can defend, they can attack, and they can actually contain the Portugal team. Well, not to say much of that. We don't know what's in the ability of Ronaldo. But of course, Ronaldo is not an individual player. Sometimes he plays an individual game, but there are times when he plays collectively. So clearly, you correct on that side. If Belgium can't focus on playing Ronaldo, the goal might come off from other areas. But I don't feel say the Portugal team get that kind of prolific out-and-out striker way, be able to outmatch Ronaldo if he's under pressure. Maybe they have a potential to come from the midfield and see how best they can be able to captivate on the Ronaldo syndrome, wherein the entire Belgian team will focus on Ronaldo. But I don't think Belgium can play that kind of football because I believe they know exactly what it takes. If they just focus on Ronaldo, the game might change. And also, they get a very experienced coach. We don't coach in Europe, we don't coach in London for some time, and he don't play against Ronaldo a couple of times in the Premiership. So basically, he knows how to deal with Ronaldo. But an open game, nobody expects the first game will end up the way how it be. But yeah, we will see what's going to happen in this Portugal-Belgium game. So more like, what think will be your pitch on this particular game today, as we don't almost get the first 5 minutes of the game don't play?
Well, so far Belgium they do very well because then they play high up the pitch. Then they in total control at the moment, if we can be honest. What in the need for be careful with? Since where the tournament starts, none team no ever test him yet. They don't ever get a proper test yet. So they need for be careful. And especially when they play high up the pitch, so they press Portugal. Portugal go up the quality for play on the transition. We see the first goal they score against Germany. And even we didn't play against France. The goals they wouldn't score against France and play on the break. You see from the distance where Cristiano Ronaldo come out. We now a corner kick. Then play a corner kick. Portugal win the ball. From inside the half, they make an attack. Right the way down in France, then defense, and then they score goal. Then do one back against Germany and against Hungary. So Portugal very good on transition. And as I say, from when the tournament starts, Belgium not ever get a test. So I want to see how they go cope with today's match. Because at the moment they're in control, but you know they dominate your opponent for 90 minutes. So I want to see when Portugal get them break.
Come on, we are touching now. That's a perfect team. Come on, we are touching now. You want to touch them to play.
When Portugal get the break, I want to see how Belgium can handle that. But for say, I go predict who that they win and the scores. I always stay neutral.
Well, in this particular game, for them neutral, is it a good idea? I think it is, but I feel say I will go with Fred in results, but the opposite, 2-1 to Belgium, not 2-1 to Holland. Me, I will go say 2-1 to Belgium instead of 2-1 to Portugal, because Portugal don't prove to me say yes they can play, they can defend, and they can score. Likewise Holland. Likewise Belgium. With Belgium, to me, I feel say they have more potential, as in terms of getting to hurt Portugal either at the break or on the defensive all the time. Again, if you put Portugal at the back seat all the time and you get the formidable defensive team where Belgium don't play with throughout the tournament, I think they can withstand the times of of Portugal. I look they call Holland lost because I was just disappointed that they lost. What do you think they say make them lost this particular game today?
There's a lot to it. One thing also, you see, when you play football, even if you're better than your opponent, you always get to respect your opponent.
Yeah.
You always get to respect your opponent, because if you don't respect your opponent, you always receive a surprise. You understand them? If you watch them, the Czech Republic team, they were so determined. You understand? They were so determined.
Yeah.
And they play with a lot of energy the whole 90 minutes. The same thing happened yesterday with Italy against Austria. And personally, if Italy repeats that performance we they put up yesterday, they said to go out.
What makes you say
so? It's all because they play against
to expectation.
Yeah. And that performance, if they play, you use them play with that same kind of performance against a bigger side, then go regret. And the same thing happens to Holland today. Then treat the game as if, okay, we're better than them. Technically, we got good players. We're playing good football. But in football, you get to respect your opponents. And Czech Republic, we are so determined. And the energy, they played with energy, I'm telling you. They got a lot of athletes. They play with energy. Individually, to all the players and people they know, but they're very, very effective.
Okay.
There's a job done team. So watch out for them the next match again. Austria was just unlucky yesterday.
All right, so that's fine. That makes me thinking of bringing in the next guest who's going to the platform, winner, the man himself. We don't predict the defending champions then for go far, and we don't still say they don't qualify. But I may say the last time before we start this next discussion, we will talk about the prediction we don't make. But I welcome and first. Welcome to the show, Ali Bita. And waiting that you take on this game today and the game we don't play earlier on.
Hello guys, how are you?
We're doing fine, we're fine.
Everyone okay?
Yes, we're cool.
Yeah.
It's just me who know it. It's just me who know it for morning.
Today game not to give me the
so
today game you know they predict today game. Just watch and enjoy. Because
we don't predict. Me and Fred don't predict already. Fred don't predict 2-1 to Portugal. We don't predict 2-1 to Belgium.
Okay, so that's one for Portugal, one for Belgium. That's fair enough. They're two big teams, and you can't. When you have Diego Jota and you have Ronaldo, you always know it's not an easy game. Belgium still number one. But the way the game they go is like Portugal ready for surprise us today. So, but things can change. The game's still 15 minutes into the game. Like we said the last time, Holland fancy team, but we also wait here with them earlier on. So, let them enjoy the game, let it go small, but this is going to be a very interesting one by the end of the 90 minutes or extra time. If possible, penalty. But I don't think this game will go on penalties unless.
Why you not sure say the game will go on penalties?
Because the two teams get too much, where any one of them can just. This is one of them games where any team will make the most reckless mistake, they get punished. Most of the time, it might not be a mistake. It might just be one clever play, one clever free kick from Ronaldo, one smart run from, to get the winner. So it's a tough game. They're two difficult teams. In fact, Portugal, we all know, they're the defending champions, and Belgium is probably one of the favorites. So it's a tough game.
Okay, well, I kind of agree to you, Fred. Before I come to you, and Leka get your view on why make you feel to say Portugal will win this game 2-1. Then I come to with prediction will be make in the initial start of the tournament. So over to you, Fred.
Tiba gets me where I can always analyze football. The team where they afraid an angry team where you know say they do all they can. Everything so far now the pitch this game here so we for win them. The team where can afraid the one where they show anger more. We see Portugal now for when they begin play. You see say yes, they are desperate and they want to the game. I'm not gonna say Belgium is satisfied, but to me, now like we Team Canada believe say this now we game we not show up football again. You know, so they don't get 2-3 shots on target like the first one we Hazard gets so no more now with the left foot. We go across. But I tell you say the 3-hour gate for Belgium them now the possibility before when Ronaldo way when he see a what I go say not to age, not to I'm not going to use the word say in level of football, but when you get to type people where they all they play at the same height of football, now they take one for showing himself. And I believe so with the defense we get today, and I should see back with where they say Lukaku, they see Hazard, they see the winning all on the field, then they get a difference in that's not Ronaldo. And in 2 touches we don't make, I know when he is desperate for goal and when he's not desperate for goal. But as I can say, I mean, I'm a prediction that, but now a very tight game. We think of defending champion and number 1 of the world. I believe say not too easy side for this side, but me give me prediction the 2-1 on the desperation one see Portugal they get. And I know nothing and give me also they mean we allow number 1 or 2 mistakes, silly mistakes. That's the end because they all know how for defend. You know they know how for open game and how for tight game. If you watch how the game they play now, Belgium and really they play now Portugal half, but Portugal just they wait for the break. They don't even get a full break hit, but the one they don't get, you switch in the happen. So I believe say it will be a tight match. What I've been predict earlier on, it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Portugal.
All right, I go left and right. Ali, you before respond to what Fred say and possibly agree or disagree with what you say.
Yeah, it's just a natural thing because you look at Portugal. First of all, this game get the 2 highest goal scorer in Italy. Ronaldo scored over 30 goals. Lukaku scored. You know, Lukaku is the second goal scorer. So you know what Fred is saying here is Portugal with Ronaldo on the pitch, they just need that breakthrough. Once they get him, and Ronaldo always find his way somehow to get something. And like I've already said, they defending champion. They won it the last time. So when we start this program, I mentioned that. I said they are one of the teams that come out of the group. You and Pamola laugh. Here we are today, but it's Portugal. They're not. When Ronaldo didn't pitch, bruh, you have to respect the guy. Just, you know, anything is possible with Ronaldo. You know, it's one of those players where hate him or like him. For Belgium, they are also one of the favorites. They got too many class players, you know. So, but this game, I think the winner is the one that's going to dominate the midfield. Because right now, the way the game they play, it not open like the way we want them for open. Everything a little bit. When Belgium get the ball, Portugal quickly covering up the marking very tightly. When Portugal, they attack, Belgium always try to close the spaces, make sure, you know, the midfield is very, very compact. So we have to wait and see, but I agree, you know, with Ronaldo on the pitch, it's an extra motivation for inside. But that doesn't say you can't write Belgium off anyway, because they're still number 1 in the world.
Okay, that's fine. So far, so good. Both sides have played extremely well, and I feel say Belgium don't get more attack possibilities, but not much targets on goal yet. But I think still don't on the offensive for almost the.
And it's going to be very interesting because either of them, the winner, I think they play Italy. That's another interesting game.
All right. Well, look down to we on draw way will be make for the team that already qualify for the second round. Okay. According to the prediction, we will be guess. I guess Molai Ali, Bita, and myself. So basically, in Group A, we get 4 countries then we in our Group A. And on Molai in prediction, it say Turkey and Italy will qualify. On Ali in prediction, it say Italy and Wales will qualify. On me on prediction, I say Turkey and Italy. So basically, Turkey, well, now Italy and Wales qualify in that particular group day. So Ali stands for being corrected on that particular group. So well done, Ali.
It's a journalist business.
Not a journalist business. I guess that's all. All right. So now we're going out to Group B. On Group B, Molai say Belgium, Denmark, and Ali say Belgium, Russia, and myself agree with Molai. I say Belgium, Denmark. So on Group B, definitely it was Belgium and Denmark that qualified. So me and Molai got that right. So now what do you want to say? Molai said, yourself respond.
Molai knows that was just a fluke.
T-boy.
Yes.
I want to completely qualifies, and then you know that who gets more.
Yeah, well, okay, we don't go 1-1 first. We don't equal 1-1.
Yeah, let it go.
So now on Group C.
Wow. Portugal gets this kind of free kick where Ronaldo.
Free kick danger, very, very dangerous, very dangerous.
The way he breathes in, out when he's taking his free kick, like he's fighting himself.
What's that supposed to mean? He can breathe in and out, you not mean nothing. Maybe not attention, we will let you get the ball.
It's either he's very close or goalkeeper safe.
So you don't say he breathing to determine how he
very close or goalkeeper safe.
Very close or goalkeeper safe, exactly. I agree with you.
With
so
Ronaldo,
you don't say in breathing they control the kicking. All right, so Ronaldo don't miss, keeper don't save, you don't collect the ball, that's it, next round. Now we go to Group C. Group C, we say the team then where they qualify according to Molai. Nah, who's one is how they miss this name?
I probably don't write this thing there. I hope you need to change them all.
No, but look, I didn't answer. Okay, Molai say Austria and Netherlands, yes. And Ali say Ukraine and Holland. And me say Holland and Ukraine. So the 2 countries that will qualify under Netherlands and Austria. So Uda say Netherlands and Austria. Molai say Netherlands, Austria. So Molai gets them wrong. Me and Ali Bita will get them wrong. So Molai gets them right.
Yeah, Lord, you go no more.
Lord, you go find out just now. You just need to change anything there. Me no remember.
So Molai don't go 2-1 up against me. So me and Ali going to equal 1-1. Now on Group D, the team that way for qualify day, you get on Molai, Group D, it's a Croatia, England. On Ali, it's a England, Croatia. On me, it's the same thing, England, Croatia. So basically on that group day, I think we all got it right. England, Croatia. No, sorry. England, Czech Republic. So we all got it wrong.
Oh, no, me got Croatia.
No, Group D. England, Croatia.
No, England. Okay, Group D, Molai say Croatia, England.
Yeah.
Ali say England, Croatia.
Yeah.
Then me say Croatia, England. And the one that
don't forget T-boy. Na 3 minutes, Portugal don't hold the ball so. 3 good minutes, now Portugal hold the ball so. Belgium in the final, 3 good minutes.
In a matter.
They defend the champion, I'm not surprised.
So basically, the 2 teams qualifying that zone day.
England and Croatia. And yeah. And I get it, the Group E again, Sweden, Spain.
Hold on, I'll go back to the board. What's in up with me on internet now?
I'll change them all.
Yeah, I need to change them. Okay. Now I can continue. Fine. What's that?
Group E. Spain.
Okay, 1 second. What up with my internet now, man? You see this internet, Sorry, guys. 1 minute. Let me internet refresh.
How all they get a problem though?
But you know, say
buy booster, get extra booster, man.
No, they're on some kind of construction work now the area. So basically, they try for boost the internet capacity within the
region. So I help you Group E: Spain, Sweden, Slovakia, Poland. I said Sweden and Spain, and I say Apple. So
hold on. Then a group E.
Yes.
Group E, yes, you say Spain and Sweden. Mola say Spain and Slovakia. Me say Spain and Sweden. So me need to get them right here.
No, they go no more. I don't see one.
So all equal 2-2. All equal 2-2.
You know to 3 I did?
No, not 2-2. Mola be lead with 2-1. So all equal now 2-2.
Now this last group now they are win. You see the last group now win. Because I tell you the France and Portugal.
Okay. Ali say Portugal, France. Mola say France, Germany. Myself say France, Germany. So yes, Ali win.
Champion. So listen, you
so
two
on the prediction, Ali gets 3 correct, and me and Mola get 2-2.
So Uda take second na Portugal and group.
Well, on that day na Portugal and Germany, and they come first, second, then no France and Germany, and Portugal come third.
Yeah, so Uda win.
So it's technically we're all complete because at the end of the day, Portugal coming as the best winner.
Technically, are best losers. The two of them will qualify first and top.
Yes,
first and
so I agree. Yes, the
count
two
first and second.
I agree. I agree, but we all win still because the point was
Portugal are best losers.
No, the point was we don't mention best loser. We say who that they go through.
We don't mention best loser. We say the two teams that they qualify.
No. I believe for the argument. You know, when I talk about team where they qualify, QB they qualify. So best losers will qualify. First and second, no. First and second. Not when the BU come in. Not when the BU come in conditionally. Now first and second.
No, yes, first and second, I agree. But is Portugal qualified or not?
But they bring them in.
Under specific circumstances.
Do they qualify?
They qualify, but then bring them in as best loser. So basically, they're not qualified by the chances of qualifying by points.
So they're in the last 16 right now.
Yeah, they're in the last 16, but
we're watching them right now. That's a debate for another day. When I know all I win, no problem.
Sorry, you know we now.
Will they watch them now? Will they watch them now? And then they play the round 16 because indeed they qualify, but not to honor the normal qualification as the other first and second.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Fred.
In fact, for me, it's the same thing there in Germany game, minus +1, 4.3 games. So I don't understand on which.
Other force richly. Other force richly back counts.
Wow.
I get another first qualifying, no matter. Yeah. All right. I don't say we don't talk too much about this qualifying series and all the stuff. But what's in now overall take on the tournament so far? Have we seen good football compared to other tournaments that don't happen over the years?
The tournament has been good, to be honest, because when you look at all which that happened, this tournament was supposed to play last year, and fast forward, this tournament is finally playing now. We're in the last 16. It's been good. Fans then they entertain themselves. We get good crowd all over. They travel and plenty because people are moving here and there, So, and it's just, but for me, it's been good. Don't know how other person will look at it, but for me, tournament been good and it's well organized, and we see the likes of Czech Republic, that they are chic or chic. I don't know what that guy just can't stop. It's the second goal scorer, by the way, just right behind Ronaldo. And to be honest, I don't know. Then count penalty. Ronaldo don't score about 2 or 3 penalties in the tournament. That guy is supposed to, if not because of the penalty, that guy for the top goal scorer by now.
Well, now this family can always say about you England striker. For score penalty, yes, out and out striker, I can comes too much of the penalty takes them because Ronaldo now the penalty kicker for the two teams that they play for, so he scores more goals based on the amount of penalty kicks than they take. Would you determine a striker based on that compared to the striker where they score out and out, week in, week out, not just on penalties? More like?
Well, they said the goal scorer.
That's it.
So, yeah, but they also say a penalty scorer. It can be anybody.
You either score with your head, you either finish with your head, or you finish with your feet. So, penalty is part of finishing.
Whether penalty or not, as soon as the ball crosses the line, it's a goal for the player who last kicked the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so penalty is a 50-50 chances of you scoring a goal. It doesn't determine how best a player you are. It depends. Some clubs, the penalty kicker is not their main striker, right? Some clubs.
That's another good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so again, that can determine. So how will you determine the best striker for a tournament like this or any tournament if you compete with goal scoring ability where you penalty kicks they don't score the highest amount of goals on, not on the outfield play?
Well, the more chances you create and finish.
And if you look at it, just like I said, either way you look at it, Ronaldo will score any kind of goals anyway, including the penalties. So I will not, if it was another player, probably I would have to get something to say, but it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo can score, he score with his head, left foot, right foot, he score with everything, so including penalties. So I don't think because you score penalties is an issue. It's not. It's just your team have to believe in you to even give you penalty for taker.
Yes, I agree on that one, but also if you look at the statistics of how many goals Ronaldo don't score as a striker, how many penalty he don't score, and how many outfield play goals they don't score, that comparison is not too great. It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, no, we are in the Euros now, we can't mention, but even when you go to Barca, it's the same thing. Messi is clever, he scores fancy goals, he's a top world-class player. But when Barcelona get penalty, it's Messi. So if Barcelona get 25 penalty for the season, that's 25 goals. Plus his own personal goals, if you look at it out. So they're both one of those things. But for a team to believe you, give you all the time penalties because you are something different.
Yeah, I agree, but that's not the point I'm making. I agree with what you say, you're totally right. But the point I'm going to make is, would you class an out-and-out striker where they score more goals in the outfield play compared to a striker where they score equally the same amount of goals and penalties when you compare those two? Because like I said earlier on, some team their main penalty kicker is not necessarily their striker. Some team they need a main penalty kicker is their striker because they believe him to score goals or they want to increase his scoring goals ability or to boost his confidence to score goals. So by scoring penalties means he has the potential to score out and out goals.
Wow.
But in terms of
on the counter.
No, it's 5 against 5, man. It's 5 against 5.
Oh, what a tackle.
Well, don't be giving comments now.
Hey, when I comment is what they want to. That's definitely
it's a good Lukaku show. Very.
See, but I'll just a minute. Let me be honest with you guys. You know, if you wanna tell me say because of Corona we disturb, the organizer them and the teams and they try, I go agree. But to be honest with you, now compared to all the other Eagles that I don't watch, this is the poorest. It's not to say the teams are not prepared. I want to be honest with you now.
But
I really want to be honest with you now. Yeah, now I say if we bring Corona come in say because of Corona, I mean, in disturbance say okay, but which are the look me man, not like you compared to the other tournaments we don't watch, this is really poor.
Yeah, I will also agree. But when you look at the amount of travel we involved, is another thing. It's not like I'm based in Germany. Now they play all my tournament. They play one game in Germany. Next day I have to go play me next round in Seville in Spain. when I finish that one, if I have to go all the way, come back to England for kind of Wembley for play. So there's a lot involved, and inside the process, they have to do several tests upon tests. So they try for, like I said, the tournament was supposed to happen last year, and it was cancelled because of the heavy COVID. And this time around, you don't expect. I'm pleased with it, to be honest, because it's difficult, Fred. You you play one game today, the next day you are in a flight for go another country for go play the other game. When you finish, you have to travel again. It's just too much movements. People are not relaxed.
Okay, I kind of agree with Fred to some extent, but I also compliment the organizers of the championship, because at the end of the day, it's a very difficult period of time winning the host term. Like we all know, say this for long be hosted last year, but it did not happen last year because of COVID. So I think how me go compliment them a lot now because of the fact, say, then decide for go ahead with the tournament. Even though there are challenges, because they've already spent money in promotional materials and making sure that the game is going to play. But for the fact that they're able to contain all the arrangements and decide for host time this year, taking into consideration, okay, if it was meant to be in one particular country, let's spread it around so everybody get a feel of football, because football hasn't been playing so far. So I kind of give them that compliment. But in terms of preparation, I think most of the teams were not extremely well prepared for the tournament because of the COVID restrictions. So it not give the tournament that kind of oomph where it forgets. Yeah, the tournament is around, but even when they're around, now like only way sometimes England they play, you feel the tournament in presence in the UK. But I don't know what in the same kind of feeling. Because when we watch the Czech game right now, there were enough spectators on the pitch. Enough. Compared to the other games that we like already see. So right now, these are like there's a large amount of limited capacity. I don't know what's the difference where make the Czech game then get so much amount of vast and we turn up.
Because the Czech game, maybe I'm not sure. The Czech game
they close to Budapest. They close to
you
Budapest.
Understand? They play in Budapest. Now they don't qualify. Holland have to travel all the way to Budapest. Now, Czech Republic, they come for now Azerbaijan for play the quarterfinal, which probably against Denmark. So there's a lot of movement involved. It's too, with Belgium and Portugal are playing inside Spain now. The winner will travel all the way to Germany to play the quarterfinal against Italy. So it's like, as you not only you play game, when you play game again, you get for prepare for travel again to another destination. So it's not the best.
Destination, it's literally about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's not really that much.
Yes, but T-boy, you're not settled. You're not settled. Then when you
we go begin worry about getting settled after a game. They're used to this kind of traveling.
Not this kind. This is too much. This is you used to travel to play one-off
from Manchester to come and play in London.
Yeah,
from Manchester to London.
But you know, coming in, you don't leave Manchester every day. You know, leave Manchester in a week time to come London 3 times. These guys,
I hear
these guys are constantly traveling.
Yes, even when you in the Premiership, you're constantly traveling because you get game in Leicester, you get game in Liverpool, you get game in Tottenham, you get game in Leeds, you get game in Man City. So basically, you're constantly traveling as well. The only difference now is, yes, the journey times where they take from Manchester to sometimes London can be equally the same journey time where they take from.
What a goal!
Nice.
What a goal!
Assad,
what
younger
a goal.
Assad. Wow, that was something different.
Now that you call tournament. So Fred, what did they take? They don't score against Portugal. Well, I would say Fred and Ali. Because now two seems to be the Portugal fans right
No,
now.
I'm not. It's not about Portugal fans. I'm just telling you the history. I like to run around history. Portugal are defending champion. This goal not make any much difference yet. Portugal still get for beat Portugal. They have to score their own goal and everything will continue as normal. If Belgium score 2-3,
team will get prolific goal scorers then.
What are you saying?
That's
Portugal play against Germany. Portugal play against Germany, Portugal play against France to get to where they are now. So it's not like they play weaker teams.
And they talk about outstanding goal scorers. We were talking about the team that is playing against outstanding goal scorers.
Yeah, but there's nobody in that pitch that is more outstanding like Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is an individual. And again, you get 4 of Ronaldo na Belgium. You get Lukaku.
No, you have no Ronaldo yet in Belgium.
No. You get Lukaku. You got De Bruyne.
Ronaldo in half. Now Ronaldo in 50%, please.
We have class in Belgium. We know that, but not Ronaldo.
Yeah, but Ronaldo
is getting older now. But what Ronaldo don't do, my man, we still able to see Ronaldo in type yet.
Okay.
Why should they on this, please? Somebody they ask me question on WhatsApp unable for answer. I don't know if I get anything about that. He's saying they again come with me for telling the status of the money them promise I don't play them. I don't know if I get because me not get no information. I don't know if anybody of Pampa get information.
Well, they promise I don't play the money, but as of today, I'm not sure if they don't give them because you know the views about all these some players and then they complain about we say participate in the tournament, we say forget. So everything just some of the players the way you reach them, then they get back to you. So it's kind of. But I think by the end of the day we'll find out. But I'm not sure because I'm not sure. Say they don't share the money yet.
Okay, so the idea of the check is not yet still being cashed, or they're still able to confirm how many players or which player forgets what or what yet.
That's the same thing. That question probably goes to somebody really that is dealing with a situation like this. We're not able to know yet whether it's going to be distributed to, because the way it paused right now, maybe they want to change their decision. They want to maybe share the money to everybody that participated in the tournament, whether first game to the last game. But for now, there is no information said, unless maybe they don't do it secretly, but I don't think so.
So, Fred, whose kind of information you get so far?
Well, me on social media, till yesterday, I've been in the grumble now. Since Monday, say, maybe it's not going to be launching a fake because the time, and most of the players don't begin travel, don't get to the clubs. So, really, it will act because, we're the public now, we're not showing, can say something, but complaints still go on social media, but I don't know how to use it. I think they need to do more research, and we need to make sure, say, what they say on the correct thing. I'm not able to say anything now because I'm not getting the correct information. Only social media gets the grumble and everything. Say we not get to money. We didn't tell we look at the go now club or not in our club with the call. We send to people and but how to it is. I think c'est pas to go for meet somebody we get answers to this. We go for give you first time information. But as of now, but could grumble no more now on the social media say they not get the correct. They not get the money now.
So. Mala, you got any information, any updates, any information on that particular incident?
Mr. T, we come to Salon for Bomina a good listener because I always learn. I'm more of a technical man. There's so many things we discuss, now they get information. And I'm not too into Salon football. You understand? Okay, the inside story.
That same information they already get, now they get. So wasn't that
now they get
you don't get.
Now from the listen now, make you see I just open my ears them up.
More like talk no more talk. Football any only in a salon where you go talk no more like talk what you sabi no more where you go then you talk. You're going to be serious talking like a laugh. Why is it anytime to be serious talking like a laugh?
No, because it's a level like talk no more. You're not going to go about football. Where you go salon? I know say like for Oliver for football you go salon.
No, I'm not going for Olam. I'm not going for Olam. And they play safe too much. I make a more like they play too much safe.
More like Ali. You see Ali now when I say right now. Okay. When it comes to politics in civilian football. Why many people like this guy for avoid them? What's the essence of
But this is not politics. This is just a payment.
Politics in football, because at the end of the day, it involves political, financial contribution.
For me, this is not politics. This is just a payment to players. So you see the bigger countries like Nigeria, where you say they give player money, you not give them. The players are comfortable enough to speak out. In Sierra Leone, you make the journalists work harder when you're not able to give the right information. So you cannot say they not give them money, because the people who complain on social media, they're not to the players then. The few players who don't complain on social media, now the player they will feel say they participate somehow. Some play one game, some play two games. Things say them for be part of this package. But the ones the way like Fred they say now they don't begin to travel. Of course, I know a couple of them don't return back. There's that about you see the interview I sent you. Idris Kanu don't return back. Sule Kaikai don't return back. Usman Kake don't return back. None of them mention anything about they're not getting money yet. You understand?
Well, so they not ask them anything related to whether they don't get money. So basically, they will not respond to that.
No, but this is what I'm telling you. So you have to have, my easy issue here is people have to be comfortable and honest. But again, where you come from, if you're too over comfortable, you might put yourself into problem. Where if you come and tell journalists, look, for what they promise,
why are you guys making it sweet? Why are you guys making it sweet? You mistake talk, you lost his place to go Cameroon. Why are you guys making it that sweet?
I not get it. The thing is, this is the real thing. The real thing is, Fred, any player don't tell you say they don't get the money yet directly.
They don't go talk, and I ever tell you. They don't go talk, because if they talk no more now, you lost his place to go Cameroon. You don't get my talk.
Well, the way me work and not work.
Now one day post I get respect for. Now one day post I get respect for. We can stand there and say, look, this is not done. And this is what they are doing when I cry. They don't ever do it. Because he believes in himself and he believes, say, the world where he comes, A na A, B na B, black na black, white na white. And in no way he forgets. But all the rest, that they tell you the truth, you not go do it. If you do it back again, you don't lose your position. It don't happen. Look at this last one for Zengele. And something happen, they go talk to Zengele get corona. It don't fly, go nothing, not get ready for comeback. People don't know where make him in the cry when they qualify. People not be know.
So why did they qualify? You know?
No, me know the reason, but I don't go to say in public now. So in the way you don't see the good, the bad, and the ugly, then think on the way, say, okay, I'm not achieving only number from my country. But at the end of the day, this is Captain Bania, we don't cost me, but don't do all kind of things. A little bit go so. Now we know what he go through. Can the player go, not travel time, just because of one or two things someone now say, now so he say no more now. Left hand and salon no more now back say get corona. When the person Ghana in club say back, they're not quarantine, no nothing. So we know how treacherous some of them people are. So the way, if you mistake, when they tell you say that they give you best South Africa, not do you go say anything like you don't so. So not too no I for saying that we all know that. You see?
So this it will come back to the real thing. If I want to, I don't want to assume. Sometimes if Fred tell me say more like they supposed to give me something, but not give me, but no coach me. I know I get it direct from you. I'm comfortable to say something publicly without fear, knowing you already confirmed to me. Although I'm not going to put your name in a position where Fred no one let people know. But in this position, I can't guess. I can't assume. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. If player tell me say not getting money to go, Ali not coach me, you know the way we did. I know what you're saying, Fred. We all come on a salon. We all have the same thing we all experience. But I have to get something from somebody that is particularly involved directly for me to be able to say something. But I can't just...
Let me go up to be honest. Well, I go up to be honest because I don't get the player will tell me say they say they work on them. Two players don't tell me that word. They say they work on them.
Well, so...
I don't want to call in now.
You get the information there, so we don't even need to say. They're working on it.
They can't even say anything anymore now and not tell me how long. And I don't talk to them back again about 3 days this today. How long, when they get it, or how I just said and tell us they work on them. But because it don't take 3 days, now I make a disappointment come to about 3 days back, they don't get them. So okay. Friday, they don't get them. Friday morning.
Let me bring Femi in as he just joined me at this particular point of the discussion. And it was inside with the watch about this rumor about money payments and blah blah blah. Femi, let's bring you in. I don't say you don't watch the first half and you don't meet with at the height of this particular discussion what they talk about right now. We're based on the fact say players then still not get the $10,000 yet. But yes, we don't see the land then they don't get, but we're still waiting for the money. What's in that you don't take? What you do here so far on social media, we know all they get some of the information then in the past couple of years, if I would say so. Over to you, Femi.
See, but I mean, always you can't get plaba.
You're muted. Okay, then.
I mean, always you can't get plaba.
Yes. Now you are the can give the palava.
Seriously, you know talk what you hear you. They can ask me it's me. They can give me bench for si don't pay.
Thank you, Femi. One put you na the mouth na the.
Really and truly.
Una hold on, una ne play ball. Una ba una vest over kama una flat play.
Yeah, not all the play ball Fredo. Until not the country will come out.
Femi, I'll tell you one thing. Femi.
Yes, sir.
I believe say you don't say the hard one more than this. Because I've been listening to you live, you and the king. And all you was them incorrect. So this is a small thing for you. Femi, go on.
Okay.
It's a small thing for you.
No, also it's good day for talk. We not go ever know the truth because as soon as say some of the players they're mindful say if they come out and talk against the institution, then go lose certain benefits them in the future. Because na salon na always, you will get power, you not God, literally. We sabi we country. We not get freedom of speech there. So from what me say they not pay the player they eat. But I don't know if now all the player them, if now some of the player them, but they the sumu na corner. And as with man can say where there's smoke there's fire. So I believe say that payment hasn't been made yet. And the way then they advertise always send they do na salon for make you do small good no more they post on social media. So if them don't pay them, I believe say we for don't see big advertisements say on a local we don't give the player then this we don't give them that we don't give them this. So we know how we can't get them. But left down the so forth. We have been talking about the football and goal scorer them have been enjoying now. I think somebody make a relevant point say Ronaldo they take a lot of penalties then. Yes, that's good for him. But if you look like a club like a Chelsea, so where they strike their main penalty taker and a midfield player, and the main striker they struggle for goal them, not to one, not to two them, by two new striker this season, then they struggle for goal them, then he easily don't get them the opportunity and but no then keep on with the midfield player who are as some Italian man with the take all in penalties them. So eventually we know so Ronaldo now great player. But if he score one or two goal past other people there in a main penalty taker in national team and the other hand them, I believe so get for look at the other hand and see at the moment they're more prolific than Ronaldo. That's just my take on it for now.
That's the exact point I was trying to make earlier on, Femi, because Nami make the comment say Ronaldo they score equally the same amount of penalties than the out and out goals that we score. So for me, I don't think he will stand a chance for being the most prolific striker within the reach of the league they're winning the play guys now, and with the championship. For example, he don't score 3 goals for this tournament. How many goals they don't score out on night? And how many penalties don't score? Apparently, all the goals they don't score so far are penalties. Am I right or wrong, guys? They are all penalties. And Lukaku don't score 3 goals then. How many penalties did he score out of those 3 goals? None. So basically, we look at him and say, yes, he's a goal scorer, but 50-50 chances of the goals they really score are penalties. Lukaku might not be the main penalty taker in club or in country, but he score goals week in, week out. Ronaldo must have been the highest goal scorer in the Italian league. Lukaku comes second. But let me look at the statistics of how many goals Ronaldo scored during the La Liga, and then look at how many goals Lukaku scored went into penalties during the La Liga. And then we make those comparisons. But I think what they say is a penalty is a 50-50 chance for making you score a goal. Not necessarily mean you are making or you are scoring an out-and-out goal because you are actually an out-and-out striker. That's not the point. So I totally agree with me because at the point down the gravity for emphasize on. But if we can go back to the game, as Femi say, I need to ask you because I don't know what's in the outcome of the money. Now the fact number say everybody don't talk about the outcome of the money. And I get your opinion because myself don't say all myself they now street rumors, the money not come it, then they say the money not they some player they complain say they don't get. But like how Femi say, if salon full of publicity and PR, Alex, if you buy granite for one bigger man, don't off court, you do a selfie. When I look, I don't buy granite for this bigger man. They snap you post. So I will not be surprised. Again, when Ngidi landed, we see what happens at Bintu Mani. Yeah? They had a dinner and then put all the certificates and possibly the land document. Then we see some evidence of that on social media. Ali, I see they laugh. So why make you laugh while they talk that particular thing there? You know, you can ready for balance when they talk about football politics. You bang.
No. Because there are two type of. With me, I play with facts and figures. Yeah. I don't want to assume. I don't want to make any assumption in my own thing because I have to justify everything where they say. But if I have facts, I'm comfortable enough to pull them out. But if I don't, I try to make sure I be careful because it's me. I'm the one saying. Waiting Ali say, not to T-Boy say. You understand? So I have to make sure I'm accurate with what I am doing at all time. So I'm not balancing, but I'm just being very, very, I've been a little bit pragmatic when it comes to kind of thing like this. I don't ask a couple of players just now, but you can see they don't see me message, but they probably think, don't go tell Ali just now, he go write this story. You understand? So that's not your right.
Ali, I can give you first time I can get information. I can give you first time back again. I don't know, like you want to get a private and honest because for my myself get the information even to the land.
Send the text message to Ali, make Ali take him on. Send the message to him.
Yes, no,
okay, Ali. I see Mola don't listen a few times. Go on, Mola. Friend, look who wait for friend. Why should they wait? You can text.
Then you get the information, they play with the information, bring the information out.
They don't get the information.
No, I can say Anaya. The information we they work with now the one way Adebayo they give me. For Adebayo, you own both the land and the money, not trouble. So me now, tell me say that land itself, if they get us, make them sell it because they get for come for the land later on. So now that one, my thing say, now me listen, and the two other players they will talk to me on Friday. So.
Listen on Adebayo tell you. I listen
on you on Thursday.
Okay, all right. Because I want
on Thursday.
So, Fred, you seriously me for go by Adebayo information?
No, I'm not saying you go by I say
okay.
If other people in the afraid for talk to you, Adebayo not go free. If you can get Adebayo, you go give the facts.
Adebayo de salon.
I don't know.
Adebayo in camera sharp.
Adebayo na part of the players them.
No, but a man inside the man them. So you see.
Fred, now you make the conversation fun. Now joke you the joke now.
No, I'm serious.
It's not a joke.
He was the first person to tell you about that land. They say, in one make the player they not go spend money there because what you do, they get process them for go. We want to do that in the one we not go to. Me not to know. I get to think from the audio while listening. I want to be honest. I not say right. I say, but if other people not give or take your interview, I should say Adebayo go ready and he go tell you the fact because where Adebayo the coach, they tell you say get them from this source and from this source, So now if us don't come out and say, not talk about the money that much, we talk about the land. Say say that land if government change it will be problem. I know for life, not to me, they're gonna get to that salon, not to a news. You see now on that make I tell you say if you want to get a fact, nobody not give for talk to you. Now on that basis, they not give for talk to you. One person you want to say ready for talk to you in Adebayo.
Yeah, but how credible Adebayo source?
Ali is the king.
We know they try for credibility Adebayo on source. That's not what we're saying. Source is source. If the source not credible, you can prove I'm wrong. That's exactly what we say in terms of evidences of what you say. Now you say, this person do this. If the person where you say don't do this, enough for say you wrong, make them prove you guys. So basically, at the moment, we need to look at sources of information and how credible those sources of information are. If you get an information and you have to stand and say, this is what you have said and you believe in it, prove it. If I get information against you and I have said it publicly, prove me wrong. So like I go to Molai, then we can come back to that evidence-based stuff. Over to you, Molai. I know you don't get up for some time. You want to make comments. And from there, I go to Femi. I think said the smile and giggle about this a lot. Over to you, Molai.
Well, this they go more for Fred, because he's a stakeholder for Salon football. So he know much. You understand? Even I know say we make fun and they try for trigger certain things we will discuss about, but there's a lot to about Salon football, because when you don't be a stakeholder, realistically, you understand the inside of it. You understand? Mm-hmm. You know. Not everything will disclose. The only thing me disappointed about the whole show is when main man go publicly the national stadium, say the brown envelope done ready. You understand? And they not get up till now. Imagine
more like come out street. The lean man will listen to a mean man. If we want to talk, let's talk. If we're not going to talk, let's don't talk. Please, more like we're not a mean man now. You know when you go to the they feel like that football with the talk. You didn't allow to back to the fit too much back. We don't get mean man. What about brown envelope?
More like
Femi coming, because more like you like come. Now you don't get it trouble now. What do you call me man? Now I don't you mean man. That's alone.
Okay, more like what are the main man we talk about brown envelope?
Well, tell Fred, allow me. Allow me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm back. Okay, I continue.
Allow the man.
I don't say okay, that's the cooler. Okay, the head of states don't go publicly at the national stadium.
So you don't know that the head of states again, eh?
I'm not, but still too. I want to break out to me level. Me now one village man from Graft way. You know, when you say head of state at the beginning, think of anyway. More like, please, just go straight to the point. Are we talking of Madabio or that?
Fred, the presidents don't go publicly say.
You know get name.
Envelope.
The president of the FA. The president of the FA.
More like, which president?
Yeah.
More like, are you talking about the president of Sierra Leone, the president of the SLFA, or the president of?
Fred, no, president of Sierra Leone.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No, Fred, allow me now. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
They don't go publicly. Say the brown envelope done ready. You understand? And up till now, they don't get some. Imagine if you make a statement like that in this part of the world. You understand? Which you get for go through with the media and all these things.
Mola help you on that statement. I want coming. I like to be honest to myself and God. You know, my conscience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to look at things now. Now, I make this discussion. I hope back again I've been live. You know, oh my God, Belgium don't get up. Oh, Dubuini, they go out. So it is now a very early second half. It's not trouble for Belgium. But I come to this important point. You see, now, to look at her now. Now, one thing I know, the present president, Julius Madabio, he left football bad. And not play with that. So, I mean, I don't want to look at one way. It's either this confusion within the FA, they're not able to submit, you know, up till now, forget the list way, you know, for me then give them. Because when you check number now, if you look at the value of the land and the value of the money, difference not that much. And land can be longer than cash where, you know, saying, I forget to give you finance minister or order. You know, we don't know the problem there now. So if you say back then, you come to make about brain envelope already, it can ready, they be see the FA, they're not getting the list we want, or saying that the FA not being able to put the list together, because I want to tell you one thing, that will be the big problem. Somebody say we just hold back.
Of the list. What's going to be the delay of the list? We all know how many
Not the council now. You see, it not be specified on whether that match day or all that qualify. And now for time forget all that qualify, other will get passing coming time for don't say no, but you play more games than this, or you not be officer this time around, or this time around you not be officer. You see, if you watch, some man they get the land, some man not get the money. Some man they get money, you know get land. So up till now, I'm not able to get a fixed way. I go see and say this 43 now the rightful beneficial of this particular issue also. So now they know more now they go. So every day we get a change list. Now I want to be honest, every day. So get for look at me in the way whether now the envelope no one reach or waiting for me the envelope come up quick, you know get it. So now two way. So I'm not going to talk about the brown envelope. You're gonna be just a pronouncement. You know, it don't done now. Is it ready and why is not ready?
Let me hold you up on that. They can ask you 1 or 2 questions because I want to hold you up on that because I want to be direct to the question I want to ask you. One, as a team manager, how many players do you register for your team for every season?
Sierra Leone 25.
25 players. Okay.
Yes.
Ali, on international level, I come back to your friend. On international level, how many players do you register for international tournaments if you qualify for one?
You just, just a correction. Remember, we're in a different time now. So you have to go with enough players.
I will help you on that.
With any situation on the ground with COVID, you have to at least get 11 players and maybe 4 or 5 on the bench.
I'm not talking about the bench. I'm talking about registration for the squad.
Yeah, because this is what I'm telling you. You have to get probably.
No, you register per match. You register per match. International matches, you register per match. You can call players not per match.
No. I want to get something straight, guys. Let's get something straight.
Can I help you guys?
Okay. If you don't want to give me a chance, let Pamola go.
No. Well, I'll come back to you, Ali. I am not talking about COVID. I talk about if we they play European Championship where they happen also now. Not so? Then they allow each country for register how many players for the tournaments and standby. Are they going to register 25 players, 30 players, apart from match officials? How many players do you allow for register for a tournament? I'm not saying per game. The entire tournament.
Qualifiers is different. Is different. Now when they go Cameroon, so they will also go 35 or 30. But when you play qualifiers back again, as much as you can change one no team every game.
Tournament. I am saying the tournament.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I said a tournament. Right. How many players do you register for a tournament? Now, I mean one for no. Because what if I want to ask this question?
It's 26.
26.
You look at 26, but like I was trying to explain, because of the COVID now, they allow you to register more players. Because,
how much more? 30, 35?
So no, you probably up to 30 players.
30 now,
yeah.
Okay, let's say you register 30 players.
And the changes is also increased recently in some competition.
It's about 4 or 5, I think, because I remember we watched one game a couple of weeks ago.
5.
We have 4 changes they make. So now 5 changes per game now, yeah? Okay, more like how many players then, as a coach, if you say they register your team for every given tournament so you don't take part over the years?
It depends on the level, right?
Any level.
And also, for Premiership level, the highest level is 25.
25 players, okay.
Yeah, for the
so let's say give and take. Okay, let's now say give and take. For kind of to the argument we Fred one for based on, let's say give and take now you have how many players do you register? How many players do you start call for the qualifiers? Because they will get a cap where they don't go past. Fred, now
I can go down there, I can address the one day.
Okay, that counts of Fred, do a figure.
Okay.
Yeah, Timon. As I can say now, you can even change on qualifiers back again. You not get a permanent team. You can call you one no team.
Squad. Where they call go now you camp. You need to call more than 40 players now you camp. You need to call more than 50
Salon can start first with Ombis. Then they call like a 4 to Ombis. Take the pros they begin as the pros and they come back against the position and they can drop them. They can begin up to 4 to will not get anything fixed. And if you can't watch no more now, they can call 10 players. They can play this match. The next first 11 back now a different 10. You see, so now I make you watch the end we play Nigeria again. Some players like Strasser, Simbo them, not to nothing. I one game them play. You see, so we not get nothing fixed on that. We not get nothing fixed. You know,
so
now like where you
there is no amount of squad team.
No, to be precise.
No.
To be precise, there is an amount.
No. What
no,
you mean?
The amount.
No, there is no.
The preparation, if you want to include the preparation, that's where the number will go up. Obviously, but you can call players to train, you can call professional, then you pick your final team. The final team that was supposed to go this game, they were 26.
Per match?
Yes. They were 26.
Per match. So Tibo is going to ask now, because now we're not forgetting to talk about money. You know, we talk about money now, difficulty for distribute. But again, let's answer Tibo. Every match in a salon, if you watch, every match in a salon get different players there. You prepare per match. So they get a fixed amount to travel with, but it can be a different. For example, like we Chelsea don't register, then 30 players the season don't know. They not to take a competition. This is a qualifier, so you can call the national. All what you need for number B is never go play.
True, I agree.
We don't play for no other national team, senior national teammates. That's it.
Okay, I
agree 110%.
That is okay, what Fred just said. But what I'm trying to say is, you look at from the first game we play behind closed doors to the last game we play in Guinea, the players that play or the one that we dress within a bench, that 25 to 26, these are the players where I would look at. I'm not looking at the players where they call per preparation. Then they end up drop them. I'm looking at the final squad that play a game. The one that we play and the one that we dress.
No, I totally agree with you. What did you for ask now? When you talk about that Benin game day, what did Nigeria game? What the other games say?
Thank you.
You see?
Okay.
So man, I didn't know when they just go play in Guinea. And when you qualify, don't start. You look at Nigeria game will be very important to me. When they go for good quality, now more help with your goals.
Maybe
most of them that we can play.
Maybe don't give me genuine opinion on this. In football, you give a squad. If you give a squad, that means everybody who don't participate from the first game to the last game, they are all part of a squad. But if you say you give the players then we no more go Guinea, then a different pronouncement. So if you give, the confusion is, if you give the one that will go Guinea and a day stop, the other player they not go feel aggrieved. But if you say you give the one that will go Guinea, then player that will not go Guinea gets, then the other player then we don't play previous games, all of them come out now and say, we self not happy with this. But if you say, if the arrangement this money was for players that will go Guinea alone, the argument for them cut by now. There will not be any talk here, put here, do here, because you no go Guinea. When you no go Guinea, you not get. But if they begin give people that will not go Guinea, then the other players started feeling like, why you give this man no go Guinea? Why you give this in no go Guinea? Why you give that? What about me? I play against Lesotho. I play against Benin inside Benin. What about me? Why you give somebody who no go Guinea? So this is not the way that the all listing day. Because like I've already said, I've gone through a couple of interviews with other, it's very straightforward. This money, if not for player, they will go Guinea. That's it. If you no go Guinea, you can't feel anyway. But if they begin give people who no go Guinea, then the one way we don't play previous games, then say feel like you then say forget. That's the problem. But if you look at the list from the first game to now, there are many players who participate. We don't participated in the previous games. We know they part this last game. There are some players who are lucky. They come for one game, then catch land, then catch money. There's some players who don't play 2-3 games, they don't get this camp. So it's a pronouncement. Is it for the ones who go Guinea, or is it for Lyon Star squad who participate? This is what we need to get clear.
I agree with you, but what thing I do right now, I type for, I don't see the video where the president make the message. So I go play that audio there and let me hear it. Okay, let I go to Femi. I think Femi wants to say something first before I play that audio there. So we get the exact message what the president say and we'll go for analyze them. Over to you, Femi, quickly.
So, T-Boy, one pabindi, it gets one in Sweetheart, we can go see him. Then the next morning now, 9 the sweetheart send in boy picking go to the pa. 9 the boy picking car and knock na the pa office to Morty say auntie say make a car, make a car or mama say make a car take that we been promised her yesterday. 9 the pa say go tell you auntie say that promise will be make we marking down the height not to better promise. I think say the full argument by this talk here so. The pa himself not be really understand the promise we been make. He just talk no more because it was cool. The players they all be excited. Social media went crazy. I don't think say he actually know say or he been look say okay now all the 11 players them plus the subs them plus the other and we qualify plus the coach them. Now we don't can point some the actual team now. Confusion don't come for them, hence why the delay day. Now so me feel not to all promise we able keep. As big man them.
Okay, that's fine for me. That's not the way how you see the holistic promise, but it might sound a bit different. Again, that's not your opinion on the promise. But what in our colleague we do, now colleague we just pay attention quickly. Let us play the exact audio. We now the audio, now video actually, but I go play the audio so that we go hear exactly what's in now the president's message to the players there. And what he say and the exact words they will use. So let's pay attention slightly. Okay. Now look, we listen to the message. Yeah?
For me, say, we're going to win the game tomorrow. Everybody, the team, you get 100 million.
Yeah, you that?
We're going to win the game. The team, everybody, they get 100 million.
So I rest my case. So now let's argue that.
So it was straight on the team on that day. That was the game that was supposed to play in Freetown.
If we now win the game tomorrow,
yes,
the team, everybody.
Yes.
2 words.
Yes.
The team, everybody.
Yes, but that was the team on the ground.
Everybody.
I know the everybody makes it sound. The everybody. I understand where you're driving at, but that
but there's something in front.
Was for the team on the ground.
There is something in front. The England media team, everybody with a part of that media team, everybody with a part of that team they wake up for play that game day. But I should say now, then talk to and look and see, probably not go right because somebody they just call themselves for this game no more. Now they can't play. Well, that team don't play. So that make us say there must be a problem somewhere. There must be a problem somewhere. But I just want to ask something quick, Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I see Fernandez way Manchester they play with a second half they come in a Portugal team. I don't know really what's the problem no more now.
This is international football. Fernandez might be Manchester, their golden boy, but in Portugal, it might be not the golden boy. That's how football is. This is international football, Fred. You see, Fernandez is a good player. We know he's a very quality player, but this is Portugal team.
So how did you call a player? How do you call player who can play in a national team? How do you call player? Now with the performance and club.
First of all, you have to get good player, quality player. Get player who will make a good balance to your squad. So Fernandez is not a bad player. For me, he's a super sub now Portugal. He might not even be sub. Maybe they just not start on this game. But Fernandez, we all know Fernandez is a very good player.
No, all the other games they not start them. I'm not going to say start all the other games then.
Well, again, I've already said this is international football. Fernandez might be a good player for Portugal and for Manchester United. But when it comes to Portugal, it's a different thing. This is international football. They don't, they play. The manager pick a team that's good for a particular game. You might be a very good player. You get all the attributes. You get very good balance. You get good quality. But on this day, you are on the bench for some reason. Tactical.
I don't know. Say you come on, Ali. Well, this not player we get complete playing time.
Yes.
And they score goals.
Yes.
You know, so I don't anyway.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't
now
matter.
That you call player. Now that you call player back for kind of national team. You know,
It doesn't matter.
I want to learn more like say something about this. I want to learn more like say something for a reason.
Fred.
Because you look like anti-Manchester.
Fred.
You say anti-Manchester. Because of Chelsea, man, eh?
I don't know.
Fred.
I'm not too sorry about stuff. When they talk, yes, I listen to him more like.
Let's say you're not a manager.
Yeah.
You understand? You always get your first choice. You always get your first choice. Based on the player's ability.
Wait for be the better choice for everybody. First choice from you will be the better choice for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not necessarily for everybody, but for the coach.
It's not necessary. Aguero, the time we been the top, not the Premiership. It is he don't sub na Argentina national team.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that is not good again. That is I'm anti Manchester City now.
So it's just if you look at the players way they play, that the starting team, yeah, realistically, they don't top perform.
Now Portugal team now, the attack.
Yeah, realistically.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you this now, Portugal, Fernandes, they're not the name not there among the top players and including consider the Portuguese player. You don't listen to Luis Figo in last interview. He said the Premiership they put Fernandes aside not there. You say no, get that level late. You get a long way.
With your performance.
Luis Figo. He just improved. But then one day they don't play for Portugal. Jota way they see so. Jota. Check the games they wouldn't play during the elimination. That way, the other one with the Silva with the Man City.
Diego Silva.
This are different level. The team where you support France. You know how many players in a France team in a first team players them?
But they're not in the main team.
You understand? But Pogba is ahead of them.
Anyway, I'm not going to argue too much because you see, I'm not going to argue too much because it depends on what the coach want play and information and the possible way they build the attack around. But now one thing I want to say, everybody gets your pick for football. And you know what I say, Fernandes no official sided because I know what you want you can do top when you play in Manchester. I know what you're capable of doing. Who know they see from the other man in camp. It don't come on. I know most in Portugal don't miss. But as you see that coach and get final say, and they know they is the best. But I think so we'll keep this one back for another. I just go and come inside because that's something been doubts me. I don't want this salon issue die out too much. Because believe me, I think so the public want for no. They really want for no. Because I don't get like a 4 text back. But to be honest with you, I agree with what I say because the coach feels better. Yeah.
Fred, trust me, now all in Man United fans and they ask you that question.
Why is this so?
Yeah. Because they don't care about their own players. Same to Liverpool. Way happened to Liverpool and go ask again. Now Manchester United and Liverpool. Manchester United and Liverpool not in the peak England team.
Yeah, I agree to some extent.
Not in the peak England team.
Chelsea.
What I mean?
You're not Chelsea, man.
Yeah, Chelsea, man.
This is a Napoli.
Chelsea business for this now. Waiting Chelsea get for do for this business one at the top.
They don't talk. No, here Champions League. They put too much power on a good on.
No, but we not do nothing. Una go, una give with 2 players and COVID by force. Then let them train by themselves. Okay. Una now let them show them because say Mount is the Southgate one of the key player. They wanna push on themselves. Now I'm go play Germany now. Maybe they not go there again. How una want survive this kind of thing? Where una get, the 2 best players na the team, they na bench. Or maybe they na hotel. So una try the England. Una get history with Germany. So go left una fet.
T-boy.
Yeah.
I want left where again. Let go check. Luis Figo. I repeat them back to you. He said English football, Premiership, they need for give Fernandes time. You understand?
So what do you mean by that? You want to talk say Fernandes is not
Because
ready
me
yet?
the suit in the man they do well now. What did the man do now? Who spend time in the game?
The level where we put him, he say, they say in Portugal, they among the players within the count FC and the top players.
Man, it's almost 70 minutes now. We have half an hour to go. What in Portugal they do?
Well, Portugal are not able to get a chance for scoring. That's what they're doing. Until they get a chance for score, then they go score. But as far as I'm concerned, the game is still 1-0 to Belgium.
Belgium are still, Belgium still not team able to test them yet.
So you still say they're not test the 8 for this game?
No, they're not test the 8.
Okay. So what think will be the level of test? Will they play?
I look forward to France. France, who they again?
If Belgium go through this one, I think that Italy then they play.
Yeah, France, Italy, then teams and they look forward for let them play against Belgium, but nobody not test Belgium yet. The group then they then qualify easy. Look today now they score very good goal. Then they play one shot. Portugal still they struggle for penetrate. So I want to see the team who they test Belgium. I honestly want to see.
Okay. Well, I think I'll leave that to Fred because again, you really say France will be able to forgive them the one for their money.
No, but even today, no, now if we need to concentrate. Even today, I want to tell you, say Portugal don't stretch them small. They know television on one side of the game. This no, I don't stretch them small. Waiting no more now. Portugal back again and just can't depend on counter. Just because I don't say Ronaldo get his speed before they back again. Anyone game for fight. But trust me, I mean, they know what telling me say today on game. I mean, both sides and everywhere back again. Belgium then dominates. No, the midfield for me now, Sanchez now gets up presently. They don't play very, very well. Sanchez don't play very well for today. You know how they defend and so back in the attack, they follow the attack. You see right now the defense before they back again, you don't see them back in the attack. So you don't continue that midfield. So for me, I don't think say we will go for say Portugal not give them a run. No, I think they don't give them a run for the money. And look, we can say how we go end.
Okay, Fred, I understand what you say. You're right. When I said and we need for see team where they test Belgium, when Portugal score, you understand? Then we go know. Let Portugal score, then we go know. Yeah, I want to see where Portugal let Portugal score. So this time make I say we'll not get a teammate where they really test Belgium.
Well, me not let Portugal score.
It's a good game. This is not a game where you say Belgium totally dominated.
I don't think
they're not dominate. I don't say they dominate the game. But I want to see team where they test them, let them score up on them. You understand? For take them out of their comfort zone. Let them score on them. They need for score. Let us see how Belgium they react.
Because what you may believe in, Belgium gets too many outfield players than we be able for hit the targets. Scoring goals, yes, maybe not. But so far, they've been consistent in scoring goals in their qualifying and on the tournament. So basically, I think they have the highest goals scored within the tournament, if I can say so.
To be honest, I want to let them test them.
This is what I was looking for.
Yesterday,
Ronaldo in perfect position. This free kick here, so at the time I say Portugal longer one. Like, favorite position and we know ever miss.
It looks dangerous, really.
Almost
It's right in front of the goal.
They put 2 Omer.
2 Omer if Portugal
score.
score.
This free kick na goal, yes. This free kick na goal.
2 Omer for me. 2 Omer for me. Femi, put verse, sir. You say 1 to 1 for the Omer, then 3 Omer.
Na both ways. So what you know they say? Na both ways. What you know they put? Yeah, one goal.
I give you 2 England jersey.
No. I don't want me want. I get jersey beaucoup. Then
So
if my friend jersey, okay. Give me friend jersey.
I will give 2 Salon jersey. One from 2 of the most 2 Salon jersey.
Okay then.
So you
so more like not mixing me, more like not say nothing. No, more like not mix for me, no mix, not say nothing.
Okay.
Yes.
So 2 Omel and 2 Salon Jazzy.
And the goalkeeper, the angle of the goalkeeper in left side is so. The angle of the goalkeeper, the left side of the goalkeeper. Against the turn on Malaysia, they specify, be specific
Okay, no problem.
position.
No problem.
That's Courtois and goal. This is going to be interesting. What's a ball? That's the worst I've seen on
Only 2 Omel Jazzy. Thank you.
Fred.
That's the
Now
worst.
you need for laugh now. Any trade against me no more like take his switch up straight, but they take his smile the best. Me no know something can turn enemy to you now. I am anymore like you know for your me your word. You know for your anything but me. Their team again 10 minutes more like carry on more like.
Okay. Mel and Fred, you owe me 2 Omel, and then you owe more like how many Omel?
More like no bite, not put nothing. You put 2 Salon Jazzy. More like no put nothing.
Last bite.
Now one now. I don't give for granted. Let me post up for him back.
When I give Femi chance, there Femi one talk.
Okay, Femi, over to you.
Yes, guys. Me, Fred, Mr. Varant Omelo, they are the Jewish beaucoup. But wait, I want to say, I want to change the topic slightly, just a little bit someone I can come back. I want to ask one question. Right now, they watch this game, 2 brothers then they play on the pitch. You know, how hard a thing is that for make 2 brothers then they play for the same team? I mean, we don't get any Salon brother that we don't represent with national team together.
A lot.
How can we say?
Okay, so now tell me about the dynamics, the relationship like this.
Kalon, Musa Kalon and Kemokai Kalon together. We don't set together. We don't get 3 together.
That's even old. As we're talking, are you talking about brother? We get twin now national team.
Yeah.
They both play in Spain for the same club back in Spain.
Yeah.
And one important team.
Alusain and Alassane.
And they don't ever play Premiership in Salon. They play for Marampa.
No, they play Premier League. Then they win the Premier League under John Kista.
Lions.
They play Premier League. They win the Premier League with John Kista. Yes.
Yeah.
Before they travel.
I would say you say I've been walk over now from Marampa. I was there.
No, yes, Lions loaned them for Marampa. I get that, but they was in the Lions team that won the league under John Kista.
But then twin and ten there. They tell you say for Marampa na a man wanna be a banker when within how they call this bank. When I say get a standard chartered. That's true.
And they talk to them, but then they talk to them every day. Where I tell you something, just believe. Yes, for Marampa FC, but they're playing at the league under John Kista. Just to clarify, say they're playing at the league.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Like you say on loan, when I talk about like a full signing, now on loan, how long they play for back? They may only do back again for 7 months.
How long the league play for, I can't get that offered, but I know them. They was part of the league when they won the league under John Kista unbeaten. Or the attention mounting up, somebody's Pepe don't begin a kick mandate. Don't chance.
Yeah, this is getting bad.
Will we ever get the summer brothers then for playing on one national team? Because I don't say them play together at club level for Ports. The summer brothers them. I don't know whether they play in a national level. Anybody?
I not get it, you know, but I know say a couple of.
John Summer can confirm that.
Yeah, but I don't know whether they play in a national level, but they play in a club level. The summer brothers, and also. Well, when you talk about
Agina and TOP.
Yes, Agina and TOP back play national level,
club level.
So we don't get enough answer for Femi.
But the answer now,
people don't get the Calons them.
Okay.
We don't get 3, and then the Calons that get the record win. Nobody no ever gets a back because now the brother don't go as the youngest. Na CAF, go play CAF competition, Nations Cup. When I mean Mohamed Kalou get that make you get in name the Guinness Book of Record. But when you are talking of 2, me make a more 3 where we don't get I mean Kemokai. I don't remember whose game again. Kemokai and Musa and Mohamed.
Which game will they play? Because I know for say Musa in your career and a bit early when he becomes a coach. Was it an international competition or just a friendly? Because I don't ever feel say Kemokai. I mean, Small Kalon play with Musa.
No, he did. He did.
On national level.
And played.
Yes.
Yeah, national level and played.
Yes.
Which game now?
I'll can't tell
For 96 against Gambia, there were 3 well-vested.
Okay, you did talk about qualifiers. I'm telling you, Nations Cup 96. You get Musa Kalon and Kemokai Kalon and Mohamed Kalon at the squad.
Yes.
And then
Kemokai was injured.
Yes.
Kemokai go 96. Kemokai missed one.
Yes, Kemokai played 94. Musa Kalon was in the squad again in 94.
Yeah. But 96?
No, I think it's not Musa Kalon, it's Musa Kanu, sorry. So Kemokai being at the squad for 94.
94.
For 96, you get Musa and
Mohamed. Because Kemokai be injured.
So basically, one pan and not miss, and so we not then get the 3 for play for national team yet, right?
No, but they play.
On a 3, 2 days. So what is?
No, they play.
They play elimination.
Na Tong. Now I'm going to program way. I will type of member. I will type of member.
I watched the game. I watched the game against Gambia.
Trust me, they play.
They played all 3 play against Gambia. I watch them. Even the photo they said.
Yeah,
the photo not been seen.
I've seen a picture, but I haven't. I am not aware of the game. Let me get the ask.
No, against Gambia.
So it was Gambia against Sierra Leone. What year is that?
I think it was in 1995 or so.
Okay, Google can give you that record still for a little check. Anybody there will go check that for me whilst you're watching still. Is there any strong evidence for
this guy? He won't go for history business back.
I think the first game we go play for Salon or so. But in early start to the Salon national team, it feature with the other 2 big ones.
Okay.
With the green shirt.
Then three play.
On.
Yeah, I know you give that, but I'm not sure.
Which year is the talk so far more like?
No, if
I just listen to text back again, T-Boy. Hopefully, the issue of cash will be done and dusted like tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
I don't want to call the first name.
And again, somebody said that the group will say, brothers, the team comprises of players, coaches, technical members, doctors, and some other professionals. They all make up the team. Let's define the word team. And long story short, everybody employed by SLFA should get their shares of the money and land. That is the team, right? So if we come back to that particular issue, they say, then we'll get some done and dusted tomorrow. We don't hear but until we see them na social media back again, like to see almost all the information then they will take it as is another yet rumor for say tomorrow it will be done and dusted. So the boss will tell you the text, say we don't hear but done and dusted is when we see it on social media. Like what then also got now on that information they now all they rely on and for see whether it's true or not true, or whether they've done it or they haven't done it. But I still get concerned about the figures because, again, the figures not straightforward. And the statement is straightforward, but the figures, why the figures for change? Now, like Femi say, the promise was made, but the intensity of the promise was not realized until after the promise became real. So basically, you go say, I don't know why, but if now they're going to something. Like
you can ask him if he still stand by that one day.
They're not going to score the worry, Fred.
Can you ask me, please, whether he still stand by his word, please?
Who?
Femi. That what you just repeat. Just that statement. Sorry.
Well, what I say, yeah, I know they defend the PA. I am just saying. Certain promises will make. Certain promises they will make in the situation will make them promise and the people and for able for oversee because really and truly the tension, the height swim marking, the per marking talk all kind of foolish. Now that what they no more I try for see. You know, as that make mention to that pa where they in action with CC, then the next morning CC one go send boy picky for go collect. The pa say the talk what talk. Na bad talk. Not better. Total serious talk. That's how I see this whole thing. The panel will not calculate the team properly for know exactly what to get for cost time. Na boku talk no more na in the pan.
Well, again, that is a semi opinion, but it can be say yes. You can talk a lot of stuff the way initially intend for do or say, but it can be also.
What's happened?
They know miss again. Don't worry. No,
It's back. Can you imagine?
That's fine. Like
they knock the post. They knock the post.
I don't like full Monday. I don't like full Monday. Bad in the book 2 months.
Now that's stuff you want for being council. Okay, now if we talk about families that have represented Sierra Leone over the years, I know say we can't be we get for be specific because we get now specific families then we don't play a significant role in Sierra Leone football. But who that them go fit to say now the most outstanding Sierra Leonean players then we don't do immense contribution to the game on and off the pitch. Because I will not just say on the pitch, because it will not be fair on those that have made contribution off the pitch as well. Just hypothetically, not thinking of anybody specific, but just out of your mind.
The Calons.
I don't see that so many different names.
The Calons.
You say the kids that is trying because the young kids that cool them.
In Papa,
almost give them play.
No, they know they been coaching for long while. You don't cool them. It's in that. So, coaching business that you within their own DNA.
Yeah.
Because probably the coach Lions.
That I know. Yeah.
Yes. The part coach Lions during them Daifan Domingo the days because that's where myself I listen where your uncle they talk. I don't listen to your uncle one time. See now after Papa Lions get that Kolev, one Guinea man for Coach Lions.
Yeah.
So
and Coach Kolev na Guinea come also because I've been demonstrating at some point.
Yes, so they say they get a coach.
He have been at Damosta, yes. Coach Kolev, I think he played for Damosta before he become coach. I think or one of those coaches. I remember Coach Kolev. Coach
Kolev we come Guinea na Lions he come. From Lions he go Edwards Blackpool.
Now the same Coach Kolev we did Damosta?
No, that is a different way. Coach Kolev, that tough one, Guinea man. We get T-Stars. We call Blackpool T-Stars.
Kolev, we can plan and gonna beach 2 o'clock. Go on.
Yes, Coach Kolev. So, John Kista in Uncle, na been the Lions coach before Kolev because Kolev come as a player in the Lions, and then when John Kista in Uncle left for Coach Lions, and a day how you call him, Kolev begin Coach Lions. During we didn't get them that fan, Atomensa, all them big players in there.
Chibo, what's the question again?
The question now, who that's now the outstanding player who now fit to don't make immense contribution in Sierra Leone football on and off the pitch?
Family.
You say the
Calons. When it comes to family level, the Calons, because you got three brothers who represent the 2 Nations Cup the world don't go. They get one brother who score one of the goals and West Alona score the Nations Cup because we beat Burkina Faso 2-1, Beche and Mohamed Kalon. So when you look at on the map, if you look at international level, the Musa, the Kemokai, and the Mohamed Kalon, when it comes to family setup, and when you take it out of family set on a general note, Kemokai was like a very devoted player to Leon Stars. Kemokai was always there. When Kalonsev starts, it kind of took over the national team. It was a blue eyeball for the national team up until, he captained the national team and left. And Musa Kalonsev now be a kind of you rely on him in days. Might not score much goals up till now. If we don't score much goals, but if you look at when it comes to family package, the Calons for me.
Okay, so Uda Unago assess as one of the most prolific strikers. For all the strikers that really don't get.
I get my own kind striker where I don't know, because I'll need to. You see, this is what we'll talk about stats again. I don't know exactly because it's difficult. So come up from records, data. I not easily save. Like now, where they try for collect data and put them in a position where tomorrow we will answer question for these younger players. But for some reason, I can't really tell you who does score past who than a national team because it's very
not about goal scoring, but who than the striker who not feel much prolific because you get the likes of
prolific now. Where you, for example, I'll tell you, for say throughout a decade, you score 50 goals, then the next man score 40, the next man score 30. Then you look at the one who scored the 50 as a prolific. But this is the point I'm trying to make. How we know we struggle. This, if we get Calonia now, you get Banal Okoye, you get you get Lyndon Thomas, you get all this. They are the one that are going to tell you, oh, now 5 goals have been scored, will be the play for Salon. Now 10 goals have been scored. I can give you the figures because they're not available. You understand? Okay. They're not available, you know. At some point, even we know say
Ali, I don't cut you out. For league level na Salon, you always score goals na Salon league.
You play the league na Salon, so you should get
the always score. We get the record, Lyndon Thomas. Get the record for league level.
Yeah, but this is I'm not cutting your word.
I'm calling the players the league level.
But
Saidu Tibati.
Fine, Tibati, yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know the figures. We know say Banana Kosef scored a lot for Lions. We know say these are goal scorers, but we don't know the figures. That's my own point. I'm not now make a call their own name.
The year where Tibati win highest goal scorer at the National League, now 15 goals he scored. That year
we lack goal scoring potential in Sweden, right?
Lyndon Thomas, when Lyndon Thomas in the Lions, he scored goals past that.
What about this guy, Brahma Johnson?
Brahma Johnson is a goal scorer, yes? Inside with the score goal.
Yeah. But them man, they have a goal scorer.
Even Abdul Kosev will score Boku goal. Abdul Kolon be the highest goal scorer as well.
Abdul Kol for national team. Abdul Kol and Banaloko for national team, they score goals.
I think Abdul Kol still getting
John Dumbuya. John Dumbuya. Abdul Kol, Banaloko, John Dumbuya for national team, they score goals.
You come back to what I'm saying. I'm not disputing the fact. I'm saying we don't know the figures. We just assume this is score goal. We know say these are goal scorers, they score goals. How much do they score in a season? How much do they score in a 5 season? Playing for Lions, playing for Port, whatever team you play for. These data are not available. This is my problem.
Okay, I mean, we don't say the data are not there because basically there must be some amount of data somewhere, but it's not available. It's not online. But I believe, say, back in those days when they play leagues, then they put goal scoring tally then at the newspapers then. So I believe there's some amount of records on newspapers. Because
Chikomayas win highest goal score with 12 goals.
Chikomayas is another one. Yes, 12
goals.
Yeah, Chikomayas. I remember Chikomayas. That's in the play for Port. Chikomayas make one day. I remember Lions Sports.
And the one on talk about highest goal score back then. I left Musa Tumbo.
Yeah, but this we're talking about them. This is Musa Tombo is now.
How much is score?
I'm glad to tell you.
Musa score? How much is Musa score?
Musa is now. We're talking about them days. You understand? Musa is now. Musa
are we talking about them or are we talking about people that we don't score highest goals back?
Well, actually, we're talking about people that we don't score.
So Musa Tombo, you can call Musa because Musa, the league where John Kista won with Lions, unbeaten. Musa scored about 15 goals. So if you're looking at for a season, that's a lot.
So he didn't Lyndon Tibati the rank.
Yeah. So if you look at it generally,
there's another boy again. I don't know if not tested in color or Poboski.
Yeah, Poboski back. Yeah, Poboski.
Then they another John Dumbuya.
Test back again. I want to go back.
Yes, then they are the ranks.
Yeah.
Then they are the ranks. One panel over the ranks. One panel. I don't know. I not because we don't understand them much, but the names. One pan in the ranks. The name that John Dumbuya.
But
Tibati.
Tibo, you remember Braden Kanda, Nasalon?
Yeah.
Woman don't buy in Braden Kanda, they don't gravy and then put the Kanda inside. Then I enter Shekada, tell me I'm a small man. I enter Shekada, as I enter stand 13, Chikomas, they put her inside Palance. Hey! Me Braden Kanda, go inside my nose, bruh. then the football is sweet. You know, because with allowance also we grow. So when you see, before the Manhattan and when Chikoma score, if they run back, you know, I don't know that it take the kind of style to. If they run back, you go to the stand 13 area by the scoreboard. Is it stand 13 area by the scoreboard? But by the scoreboard, now they go celebrate. Then Port stand be just the opposite to Lion stand. So Port then they by the right. Lion stand there by the left. You know, if you sit on presidential, the stand where they across you, now Lion stand. Then the one where they
stand 21, stand
yes,
one.
stand 21, a Lion stand. Then the one where they by the right of stand 21, then a Port stand.
Port they stand 3. Let me get stand 3.
Yes, it was so them days, man.
What's the end goal of all the kind prolific players they are? So what's the end goal of them? Because in the Premiership right now, we realize most of the top Premiership players that don't play for the national level, they all try for do coaching now, forget club they will go coach. They all almost they qualify with the senior coaching bodies, and now we don't come out within the past couple of days or weeks. What's in at the end product of some of young players them? After them playing days are over, what's the issue?
See, the problem is that the provision. Don't make provision for.
There's a lot. If you want, this is a whole new discussion you want to bring now. This is a lot to talk about with this situation because the difficulties them days, people like to play football. People enjoy playing football, but money not be deeper football as Saturday. So you end up find out most of Banalokas will talk now. So in the allowance, recently they include an allowance technical team. I don't know if it's a third coach or fourth coach.
It don't count final now.
Yes, it is alone now. I think Lions try for get them for come, you know, just to try and support them. So as we talk now, recently they unveil them because I watched the unveiling ceremony in AYV when I think they make a second or third coach. But them days, T-Boy, the problem now, it was very tough because you are playing, you get all the passion for the game, but there was not enough money to secure yourself.
Portuguese are out. Portuguese are
nowadays, you know, if you're not going to play the top league, you're going to go for the money. So when you get the money, you secure yourself. So now, even the players that they play now, they already don't see the past players them. How they struggle, how some of them still they struggle as alone. So now the one day where they play now, anyway,
Belgium down. That got your Portugal out. Ronaldo go home and take a rest.
The one day where they play now, they're very clever. They try to make sure they secure themselves for the long run because football 3 decades most. So by the time you play, if you know not all man they start at a young age, some man start at 20. So you only get probably 2.5 decades to play.
If you say the national team for put some amount of provision for players they really retire with their career, then don't for see how they can get involved in the game in terms of allowing them to go and do coaching courses them just in case they want to come back into football for contribute.
I don't think say the national team for do that. I think say Sierra Leone as a country for start making provisions for the Sierra Leone Football Association. They start making provision for national heroes. People who don't serve the country, they forget contribution. And I like what they did recently with the guy who did part of the national team. Is he Obimeziga?
Panes.
No, Panes is one, then the experienced one. I'm not sure if it's Obimeziga, but Obi. So role like this, you forgive more of these guys. So if you're able feed them, let themselves make money per diem, per these allowances, let them look after themselves. So go on that 17, we'll go on that.
Okay. No, Ali, I agree with you at some point, but not all across. Now, let me tell you who side I not agree with you. Okay, yes. These guys have age in football. I need to say they don't get experience. Yes, they have experience, but their playing days is like 40 years back or 30 years back in our history. Yeah, And
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, T-Boy. I know one what you want. It doesn't matter.
Let T-Boy land. Because I didn't land with T-Boy. I didn't let T-Boy land. I didn't let T-Boy land.
Football don't evolve over the years.
So they learn as the time is going.
No, when you make somebody a technical coach, it means you have to be au fait with the current status of the game.
So you give him the provision to go learn.
No, I'm not saying you should not give them the provision to go and learn. What in Afri say for happen, these guys have, maybe they're in their 60s now. They should be on the board setting in terms of giving them time to the game. They should be heading the boards. What do I mean heading the boards? If this player don't begin play for Blackpool, make it go and start for head or be part of the board directors of Blackpool Football Club. That's different. So basically, they talk money, they talk decisions, they talk about how the game should grow. That should be their duty. When it comes to the game itself, they should have players then we just don't retire there between the age of 40, 35, 40, 45. Because it means these players are still current and these players still have the ability to go and do coaching courses and can come back and be coached. I am not saying the older ones should not be encouraged.
Easy, T-Boy. The truth of the matter is, 60 years you mentioned, not enough. When you get good, when you are in a good circumstance, good environment, 60 years you still not old yet. If we have Roy Hodgson, is 73, is managing Crystal Palace.
It don't begin manage football 40 years back, so that's different.
Yeah, but it's still in it.
No, but it has.
No, I'm trying to mention because you mentioned 60 years of age.
You don't manage Barcelona. You don't manage.
Tibola just coming with something very serious. Tibola must come with something very serious. Okay, I'm glad the way the new one they now. Yes, I'm glad the way the new one they now. Then they empower themselves. Then they make use of opportunity. Not get me wrong. I need to for castigate them or anything so much. But trust me, Boko, Papa, the way they play ball. I'm not saying the things they go for left football. They're not even able for go on a radio and sit down with people are able to analyze. They're not empower themselves. Most of them. You know, and frustration making now Boko of them go end up and drinking. Let's be honest to now. You see, Tibo, you know Salon now. You know, they can always say, I mean, now how you get for kind of audience when they give pan for us. That did not get me wrong. Now in this salon, you know. You see Boko of the way they manage when they go on them board and the other program they like again because we get some few they went like a party, the way they like for call them, he was the day for camp. But to be honest with you, after the program, they ask a man and say, "But let this person not carry again." You know, so I think say that they be missing for we like just say no, we 30 years he was there back then we be the clap for we small. You know, if you watch Boko of them, because this now we then dice like you know say them in the corner yonder. Now we then dice like you know say they over yonder. Even though you play for national team, where you know say yes, the country forgive you back, but we know the kind of country will come out say they not get a lot forgive the citizens them or people who don't fight very hard, you know. So you say for always think I get for left this game here, and you get to go for play after football, but you know no more football turn in the way now after club to club, being come and to home at the end of the day no more now time can be before you want catch up no more now you don't late. What you can for them for frustration no more now for pattern being up and no. Most of the Nayambok, they are part of the way they Naya, you know, with they empower themselves, where the system now to hold them up for make at least them become somebody. But majority don't under, you know, say Mickey always say that last station. When you empower yourself back again, then your profession fail you in a disaster in a salon. I think say that contributes a lot.
All right, let's come to Femi. Femi, over to you.
I agree with Ali Bita. Really and truly, I think say the government need for do more. This one's a football problem. But if you look at other countries as well, England win the World Cup 1969. Some of them players they end up selling gold medal them because they find themselves into poverty. But England game don't learn from that. You understand? Even when they listen to Gary Lineker and they talk, then they tell you playing say the money with them we been doing now football with them in the play. Because Gary Lineker a big name worldwide. Up to now, small picking and know who that Gary Lineker be who's kind goal they score for England. But they never made the money with them players so they make today. But the country as itself learn from the mistakes them where they see some of their heroes then die pauper. So then put things in place. And one of the things that we for put in place now some kind of pension scheme. Say where you don't where you term done because you don't contribute so much to the game, we'll go to give you small every month for you basic upkeep. Now any profession where you do inside England, once you don't contribute certain amounts to you NI contributions, then they give you back. But with the footballers, them they get an enhanced payment. I'm not sure, but I believe say that possibly they can all the way from FIFA. So the money then they make per all them big tournaments, them certain percentage they go to youth football. So I believe say certain percentage per them money then they go back to I go say retired footballers them. Then get tournaments them for retired footballers them as well. So we don't 50 something, you don't 40 something. You can still go play now like enjoyment football. Then you keep them active and you keep them going. And it's a social club. Keep their mind occupied. This and that, and they keep them away from gambling, keep them away from drink. We also see what happened to Paul Gascoigne them. We see what happened to Maradona them. These are high profile player them we take into drugs and drink, and George Best as well. We see what happened to them player then they, and this side of the world they land. So it's about time where we Africa man them able for take a leaf out to them players to them book and land say we for begin look after we people them. I make mention to Rashid Yekini last week. Yeah, and also we get beaucoup example again in the salon. Yeah, but if you think about Rashid Yekini, the goal he scored in America, we go grip the net, they shake the net, so they tell America say, "Na the Rashid Yekini is not carry, but look me, I don't come, I don't land." And man like a dandy died like last or 2 years ago, a pauper. This was less than 20 years ago. He was a national hero. He died a pauper. It's a shame, shame and disgrace to we Africans. Them. And not to say we not get the money. Yeah. So even if the government's not able, we get institutions. Them we na multi-million. We get millionaire in a salon. In Africa, we get billionaires. Them some of the richest men in the world. Then the Africa. You understand? Why are we so backward? Why we not invest in football properly? And we invest in football, it's the whole thing from the stadium to the coaching to the players to youth football to retired footballers. It's a whole package. We need for land, but that in a politics talk, so long no go panani today.
Okay, I totally agree with you, Femi, at some points, but like to Molan, I was not your take on that discussion there.
With this one, I will take me time for the understand me. Ali Bital, Femi, and then Fred, they all talk something very, very sensible about this situation in Woody Panson. You see with salon football, not only Sierra Leone, and not only Sierra Leone ex-footballers. As Femi say, there's a lot of names. I can remember 2015, I go to the England DNA. I been able to one Cameroonian guy. When I make play England FA, help Cameroon for build like locals housing them for Cameroon ex-footballers them. Then we go play with the situation and be also names them. We play World Cup for Cameroon. They're all on bankruptcy. People don't even care about them. Government don't even care about them. It's not only Sierra Leone. You see, like we now, we thank God because we didn't at this part of the world. You understand? We see the opportunity, we go empower ourselves into the game. But to be honest, not too easy. Not too easy something. There's no opportunities for the one day ex-footballers they would in a salon. The reason why we see the infighting beaucoup per salon football, because there's not enough opportunities for them. There's not enough job. It's just only one job. You're fortunate to get job na the national team, now you they enjoy. You understand what I mean? Now you they enjoy, you not expand. So because you not expand, everybody just to go for the same job now they cause all this hatred, enmity, so many things. There's no provision. There's no provision.
More like that get deviate to what you say 1 minute, please. On a serious note, what you will say now, for like a Calon, we don't empower himself to such a level, they're gonna say anyone who could be ahead of the FA, then they tell them say not qualify.
With Calon in case, they get to do a lot with politics. But I tell you back again, there's a lot more opportunities for Calon where he will take and then penetrate. You understand? Not only the FA, there's more opportunities for him. Not others, but for Mohamed Calon, there's more opportunities for him, whereby he can take that opportunity and then still penetrate and get himself where he wants to be.
Can you help and name the opportunity, please, Molai? Please, I just want to say something after that.
Football director. Because now
I only consider one thing. Calon in status, salary for them job then day.
Yeah.
I want to put that into consideration. Will you talk, please?
No.
Yeah. No. Like a Salonso now, what do you think of Calon? Well, always they do no more now in America now, with the team we get there, and for good on the back again, I should say proper provision for day. And I want to get proper provision for another country, they back in the unity man, what they call coach. You know, so they have to like they offer the ball now. Wait, I'm not on a monthly salary. Now we then call them and get them token. So please, when you talk back, no waiting an incentive for some of their positions and they.
Fred. Official, honestly, no the values of that position, the football director. Now make it get that treatment there. You know, go try with Mohamed Calon. We don't go get in complete package of qualification. You make a football director that you treat and that way.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Fred,
you know, say Fred.
The difference is
Fred. You know, say Mohamed Calon get the qualification for coach, pro, club, now Europe.
Yeah, I understand that. You get about I think
you understand?
A year enough ago.
A football director, technically, now you know the head of football. You don't need a FA job. Now you the control footballs in the country. Now you the control.
More like we come to the same position back. Yeah, there's all thing fixed. There's already something where it say, you know, so we are taking this job. Now me flat this, now me credit this, now me salary and this, now me everything. If Calon go to any kind of job, then I get for spare in pocket from in pockets back. So I won't make you look no more now from the point where they come out. I did tell you the truth.
Yeah,
we're looking at the salary scale of the position. We're not looking at the salary scale of the position. We're looking at the potential of Calon moving into other different areas of the sport where he will still make him powerful than not just necessarily mean the
realistically, when you're not football director, now you don't know. Now you don't control the country football.
Okay,
FA president is just the FA. They say the FA, you go FIFA, you go this. But technically, a football director, now you they in charge of the football. Now you responsibility for let the football improve in the country.
Mona, not to Salon. Sorry, not to Salon. I don't want to be honest.
Well, then why we not go put her now the right way for let? So you know you definitely say that FA president are the only job for let person get. Let you understand? He be in total control of Salon football.
Because at that time they happen up to today when they talk so no more. What did the president say left courts? What he wants, nine they be. How long you don't see the FA back here in the midst and the petrol every now and then Paul Kamara I shall fetch this new one back. You know, they are trending, I want to know they don't get alone and see what they go on. Believe me, the post with at the end of the situation, I get the last saying he wants a cable shut you down. I'll tell you the truth more like you know, there's nothing like right here and that, you know.
Okay. Well, no time to offend me, then let's start for beginning wrap up. Okay. But I totally understand Usa knows where they come up from. But over to you, Femi.
I believe, say, you know, as more like say, Boku is in there for Mohamed Calon. And me say believe say the football, the director of football possibly get for be a better role than the president of the FA. If we in regards to what Fred they say about in salary scale in this and that, Fred, when you left England, go salon, I bet you anything you took a pay cut. You know, most of we, if we get for left this side of the shore for go salon, we go take a pay cut. So not to the money make we go do that day. I not believe say right now na money na the pulling factor for Mohamed Kalon. Mohamed Kalon wants to do something for Sierra Leone football. And sometimes if we begin as more like say as the director, other partner we go lead them for end up becoming the FA president. Sometimes for make it jump go there straight away, Boko hurdles in the way people in the block are. Me don't know one reason or another why. But I believe say not to because it meets a stumbling block here and that for make it decide say no, it's either that job or no job. There are many jobs them. If you look at this country, Boko play the woman talk about where they retire. Now Boko then go turn pundits them. Then go turn pundits and then get good careers them in television. We still they deal with sports. You know, some of them don't even get somebody they approve Gary Neville the other day. They say, grab go take coach job. He can't because he gets a very secure job na Sky side this so. Gary Lineker will never leave BBC for go coach any club because he's got a very secure job outside this so. So there's other jobs around football that people can do, and we need certain people, them be it FIFA or be it government or be it the private institutions, so for able for low invest na then other sectors then within the game for bring the game come up. So football in general can able for become a provider for many young men them, especially the one we don't play for we country them and retire.
Okay, over to you, Molai.
Yeah, Fred. Once more, if Mohamed Kalon want help salon football, we want for let salon football develop, let it take a technical job. Now that na his strength. He gets a UEFA Pro license. The license we get, he can coach any pro club in Europe, standard. Even in England, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get that. If you don't get that, you get what it take for develop football. Football na technical sports. All these people talk. So at the end of the day, people want to see good football result. All that FA this, FA that, it's just office. Go sit down. In strength, na technical man than everybody know for. Even if you get a FA president,
you feel say because of the nature of how Salon they look at the presidency and technical director make you feel say Kalon wants the presidency more than the technical director. We believe say it can get more influence over.
I believe so. I believe in that the way we the mindset of everybody with deep on Salon football say when you don't be FA president, now you're not the sole decider of everything. Now you get all the power.
More like that's true, and that's a little day. And I make Bokuma the free more like that. I want to quick. Now I make Bokuma the free for go take job because in case politics change in the country, so you don't go. If they're supposed to say that green you day on a red you day. So if you know they are the end of situation, for make you lost your job and be you cannot to zero, a very common thing. Now make they say we will begin enjoy salon football if we pull this green and red politics away from salon football. If not, believe me, we'll continue for talk till we die. You don't go now, you get all the technical know-how just because they don't consider saying our APC man. Where SPP they not so you come out. If the SPP time now, Kalon they doing job, APC can they look at the SPP person, not say they lost in job. So it adds not to like how they take and so now also say na by merit, no. Na by other you sabi and other sabi and whose political party you dey. So it make things that they work well. I want to be honest now.
No, Femi, what you say na true. But me, because of the game, the content of the game, and moreover now we don't qualify for group and this this AFCON. You understand? Because he's young, he's so much into the modern way of doing things in football. You know a lot. You understand? Because you're not going to question what you don't achieve. You understand? In playing this, and then in terms of empowering himself into football. Because if you don't get a pro license, you understand, got to play with certificate. So but couldn't guys the way they see na English pundits the way they see so man not even get UEFA B. They not even get UEFA B, but they make them look big. You understand? Then they take them go somewhere where, you understand, then they get expect for more than what they give.
Okay.
So if you don't get that, you want help the game. You want help salon football. You understand? Because you're so into this modern, because the football now is all about sports science. It's all about sports science, and it into management. Take this position, help the game. Left that one for this position. Right. You go through stress. Take this position. Some of we say we send we CV to him. When you give you CV, you say yes, you're authentic. But what I mean, we go send me CV to now because you don't even know what are the sent to oneself. They already did. You don't know the values of what he may get, but he know the values of what he may get.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mola. I think we need to come to the end of the program right now. So I want to say thank you to all the viewers. Then sorry we come to an end, but I want to tell you say yes, the Belgium Portugal game done, and definitely Belgium don't go to the next stage. So basically, we look at one of the most highly contending nation then for win the championship. But I will let viewers them say their last word for today's program and say tata to everybody. So I will start with Ali. Ali, what think will be your final word to viewers them for today's program? Although you team where you feel that the defending champion will come out finally. Over to you.
I know say you go touch that side. Obviously, the defending champion come out Portugal. Well, they have a very good tournament. Belgium going to face Italy. I think that's
it's no way but that number now.
No, but so it's going to be a very good game in Germany. And so we hoping, it's not far. Today is the 27th, that is the 2nd of July. So it's going to be a very interesting game. To the viewers, keep supporting the program, keep supporting Sarah Gem Media. We're here to, talk about the things that matters when it comes to football in general and Sierra Leone football. So we just hope, we get people to contribute more. If you get to like the page, you like the page. You get to contribute, make your positive contributions. And we're going to always be here. After the Euros, we're going to fully turn our attention to the Cameroon 2022 Nations Cup. We've got a lot to talk about. Sierra Leone football, we own football, your own football. So hopefully we all can work as a team to progress small. So for tonight, I'll pass you over to the chairman back, Mr. Sylvester, to continue with the program.
No, get chairman business so don't look out.
Okay, I'll pass it back to the anchorman. The anchorman for the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ali. Thank you for your contribution so far. I know for say, then give me also can stretch me a lot, so therefore time for keep them short. And like you clearly say, after the Euros done, definitely the Nakan begins to don't continue to talk about African football and the 2022 Cameroon tournament we will take part from. So definitely we therefore do a lot of research on we own for talking about African football. So when I get the European knowledge football, when I get you for consider back for talk about the African knowledge of football, because at the end of the day, this is now we own continents and like we also get about cool knowledge of African football because now that's who we don't have for donkey years. So that knowledge is still there. So we can't test with your ability. But nobody say Ali pack with research. Smaller nobody say get enough research, but now the European game, the African game, we can't see exactly how we're able to analyze the African countries that we don't qualify and some African players them over the years. So let us go to Fred and get Fred in your last word for today's program and what you want for say to the viewers them. Again, yourself now that man will be sympathize with Portugal, but I want for tell number say finally Portugal don't go out of the tournament so far. They don't left now with this. The strong boys finish the race, not the boys with all the noise that finishes the race.
Who is the strong boys?
The strong boys finish the race.
First of all, I want to use this opportunity, for tell the name I like Sierra Gem Media, because the word gem, you go for so many things. No, the word gem with the middle, I know say I ever be one day was you all chicken number, I'll go for look for them on inside it. First of all, I want to say thank you to you for giving me the opportunity, you see, because not only for let you see the part of football, but for let you the opportunity, the biggest social media platform for make at least able come and give me your contribution towards football as salon and football as a whole. And I want to tell you, please, before I go further, now France they play tomorrow. Wanna make sure say 7:45 before because a surprise package now go for all the fans, all with the French people in tomorrow. Please, then Sierra Leoneans, I believe say will not for wait. And I don't make T-Boy, I think so I want to get the flyers by 10 o'clock. So I go distribute them because I only people 10 o'clock in the morning. So I go distribute them with people in the use.
Because France they play.
Not only.
And they delay the class, and they delay.
So then you forget to back if I did some back for change. I did somewhere name now for change no more. I go change another quick for you back again. But on a serious note, I think say many opportunities will be to look for, and this is a great team for both. Sierra Leone and other people that will like football. I just want to tell you, thank you. Let us try and push because now we too able to do for the country. And some people are not bold enough, for come out and say, now this is the stop we, or some people do not get the opportunity. And I believe say more Texas when they come back again, now both YouTube and the other platform they back when they show people that will give them contribution. So now one platform on the open. I remember at one time we ABK when they make more and Infos begin to phone line, na tongue, ABK of Calion Radio. You see, so I can always look for thank people and back again. We start new technology, more than our own small country we did 20 years backward. I believe say now people have opportunity this for make sure say then come and make them know say this guy for go and take Cameroon. So you're not gonna be a surprise to them. But on the whole show, Tibo, I think I want to thank you for the opportunity. And Sarah Jem, I think say it's high time, we give your own contribution for make. Well, I'm not gonna say better than all, but one of the best.
Thank you very much, Fred. We will sit down and work on that because this is the road to 2022, Cameroon. We talk like a joke, and we and Ali Bita will bite now. Say if we qualify, we will go. And indeed, Ali Bita say we qualify. And I still don't talk so. That road they to Cameroon. By hook or by crook, they go there. Anyhow,
boss you use on a ferry.
If we use bus now, if we use ferry, we dey use train, we dey use
Granat Kanda.
We dey go Cameroon. Past God in power, but with God in power, we dey go Cameroon. So that's for sure. And like I say, we need to stop. We will continue after the Euros with African football. And the reason why make we qualify and how we for prepare for go. Who they begin to the preparation? I will return England panel because we don't see England they do. England is not the they begin to tell order for play, order for play. So we don't put pressure now on the national team. You don't have a choice. You not get for make sure so we prepare well. Because if we not prepare under standard, we make sure say we raise the level because we get for the follow on man to man. We even get for the go watch on our friendlies then. So we not just we talk about who talk number now. We get for attend the friendlies then. We get for go watch some of our training sessions then, and we anticipate make them take the team out of salon at some point in their training session. So at least they'll get an amount of experience. Make the boys feel the reason why they should represent their country. That's one of the most important things in representation. What thing make you want for go play for Manchester United than Liverpool? Why you choose for go play for Liverpool? I know say some people talk where you Liverpool name. Why you feel for go represent you play for Chelsea than Man City? Now because of the privilege, the opportunities, and what thing you do so far for you, make you feel like I rather play here because I feel like I'm home. So look, we allow we players them for feel like. they should be playing for their country week in, week out because of the privileged opportunities and the unity where they bring come among themselves when they represent the country. So I'll go over to Molai and get in your last word for today's program. One of the team then we himself always on the make small noise for not to full-fledged because he always say Ronaldo is the man to watch, or Portugal gets a seasoned team, then gets very seasoned and experienced players. But yeah, Mickey always say miss gone the kill. I can always say miss gone the kill. Now, what thing you do on the day, then they determine who that win. I like when I miss 50 chances. If now one chance is the other team get to score, now 1-0 to the team will win and score. So over to you, Molan.
See, before the game starts, we have a small discussion with Ali and Fred. How Portugal qualify to the second round.
They qualify by chance.
They struggle on the group stage, they struggle also on this game. I said to you, Belgium na the team we they not test them yet.
Okay.
So I mean, one for see the team with the test Belgium, with the stretch Belgium, stretch them proper. I want to see. Like yesterday, see where they stretch Italy, because if Italy plays so one more time, pan the tournament, then they go home.
But actually, Belgium, then they were under pressure for the last 20 minutes of the game.
They're playing one shot. It was one shot.
Yeah, but they were under pressure for the last 20 minutes of the game. And that was
one shot, and then for 20 minutes, they're still able to keep that 1-0. I want to see a team that can stretch Belgium, trust me. Win and then force the scope on Belgium. And then Belgium equalize and go again. Now that I want to see. Anyway, let me leave the Europa Cup today, not just on Salon football. Back again to Mohamed Kalon. I always listen to him, program them. I can see way they up and down, they try for you understand, get things in order for Salon football. If you watch, if you understand the game, technically you will not see it don't they do things as a football director. When Salon play against Nigeria inside Salon, you see him when he gonna tongue, they around the team, they around the players, then try to motivate them and all that, giving positive information to the players, them, you know, all the things in the when they go to Guinea, if you understand the game, now the role that he play as a football director, overall, now the position that for Mohamed Kalon, control the country football. The one holds alone, now you and Ide, you already don't go do the cause, you already get the qualification. Waiting Salon need now a football DNA. Let us get your own football DNA. And the only person we go get that in place now him, and then defend people away if we see work with, we get the tools, the right people. Because this Nations Cup is not everything. Can go, we not even score goals for miss a goal.
No, God not agree with the score goal.
No, I just talk about football. Sometimes
no. But look, not begin rich, but with the score goal.
No, it's not rich. I like to be realistic.
Right.
We need for make we own football. Now in get what it take for make Salon football. That not the position for him. Control the game. Be football director. Darren Fletcher, you know, saying in Manchester United, then football director right now.
Okay.
How old is he?
In his early 30s.
Early 30s. Darren Fletcher is a big man now. This not been more than see like average player in Manchester United. But guess what? He's the one controlling Manchester United now. Fraggy Pekin.
Okay.
Think about it.
Well, like I said, all
English that now we get the money. Now Fletcher they control them because of his position when he gets. Mohamed Kalon, go take football director. Leave all this FA.
All right. Well, I totally agree with you at some point, but again, we know the dynamics of Salon football, and we know Uda na the lead, Uda na the head, na the person who na the president of SLFA. Then they make the call, then they cut the call, then they get the final decision. But again, it's not the same in Europe. That's why they have director of football. It means you sit behind the desk and direct how football should be govern or how football should be administered in the country. So basically, like you say, Darren Fletcher, the football director for Manchester United, so he decides on how football should be directed in terms of the game itself, how it should be played, what's in the for bringing, what sort of expertise do we need from where and how and when, and how much is going to cost us to be able to bring in all those facilities. How many youth team we need, how many players we need on the youth team, how many development squad we need for it. So basically, he directs what football should be like in Manchester United. So that is why Pamola, they say, Kalon should step up and take that position, because he practically did them at the moment, because he's hanging around the players and giving the players booster in terms of their morale, in terms of their ability, in terms of their potential to perform well. So he hangs around them. He have access to the changing room. He have access to the team. He have access to so many things. Just for the fact that he's not the president or director officially, he will not make certain decisions. But at the same time, he's also making influence. He influenced some of the decisions being made within the team right now, either technically or otherwise. So basically, I think for somebody who don't play the game, he gets vast knowledge and experience in how the game should be played, because he don't play them, he don't study them, and he get the qualification. I would not say go there, but I think you have more to give to the nation in terms of football if you add that particular area there, because it means you will bring so many different things into the game who will make the game different. But I'll go over to Femi and make her get Femi in your last word for today's program before we wrap up and say thank you to all viewers. Over to you, Femi.
So I believe that Mola is right. Yes, we know say the FA or the head of the FA and they control the money at the moment on salon football. Yeah, we understand that, but the football itself can be controlled by a technical person. If that position did not in a salon, we go struggle for develop the game. And if Mohamed Kalon and co get the ability for do that day, and as more as we see on a pitch, we decide they go talk to the player them, that is a very important role. So it already they do part of the role already. I think Simise go encourage them, especially now that the job is long for nothing for be available. I go urge them for go for that job day if it's available. I believe say even if there is another person in that role from Mohamed Kalo in CV, the other person say go able say yes, bra bobo bra can Kalo can work together, or this position is truly you merited it, because we all want to see the betterment of salon football, and I can always see we don't come get certain experiences, don't get certain qualifications, you are head and shoulders above. We will not get the tools then they, because we go see things then from the one point of view, but you then don't go teach you for seeing from a broader point of view. So I again would suggest that he goes for that. If we look at other countries, then the FA, the head of the FA in England, not gets much say on who that they pick, how the team they pick. Sometimes he might have a say on who that they appoint as manager, but he get very little say on the team or on the squad with the pick. So if we look at Salon now, would you like Mohamed Kalon for day as a figurehead where he control the money, or would you like Mohamed Kalon for be where he controls who that they go represent Salon, who that the coaches then be, who that all the things that we don't can learn from the West? I think say for me, I would prefer for be on the physical side of the game rather than the financial side of the game. But this program isn't about Mohamed Kalon, it's about Sierra Leone football. So if there's other players them or other people them we fit them criteria, then this one, so for go look for them safe. Mohamed Kalon is possibly the biggest name in Sierra Leone, but that doesn't necessarily mean say not the only name. We get people like more like then say they do coaching badges. There's plenty more I should say on a cable for mention. Not to England no more, some in America, some in Europe. I mean, we get such a big community in Belgium at the area. I wonder, and a lot of we footballers they actually playing at Belgium. So I wonder if there are coaches them within the regions and this one saying we know they make the noise we we discover for make for certain people, and so let's encourage other people and for get up. Let's put our hands together and see what we will do for Salon football, because it's the biggest game in Sierra Leone by far, and it get the ability for engage beaucoup young man them and for create beaucoup jobs them for people in Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Femi, once more for that. And also, I want to say thank you to the viewers them and thank you to the panelists them for giving their time today. And yes, we all want to talk about all the importance of what we mean as in developing the Sierra Leone football game. Basically, it's not a one-man's job. Everybody get their role to play. And there are so many other people and we influential in the game. We don't play the game. We don't contribute towards the game. We're in and out of Sierra Leone right now. We are facing can make a lot of difference. So yes, we need to tap into those resources, and we need to tap into their ability and the potential for go back home and contribute towards the game. But how soon can that be done? It's up to the people that we scout out for them, people that we get really out. But if we're not scout out for them, we begin put pressure on them, and they should be able to go back home and make that contribution. Many of them don't try for do so. Many of them don't go. Many of them don't come back. But still, we get a lot of them we possibly no one for do nothing with the game itself, either in Sierra Leone or out of Sierra Leone. But remember, say, 10, 15 years ago in your career, people immediately turn up na the fence, we turn up na parade, fire force, stadium, Calais field. We've been a clap for you. We've been like for see you. We've been like for watch what you do. So it's about time that you self come and put your small contribution and say, thank you for all what you don't do for me. Thank you for all the achievements that I don't make I get. Thank you for what you don't support me for make I do where I mean like where I be younger or where I be small. This now be young time now for can give back to now. So like today we don't watch the Portugal Belgium game and Belgium don't win. When one of the game then we been highlights say we watch and talk about. But tomorrow we get France and Switzerland. So we can't wait for the France and Switzerland game. We are tomorrow 8 o'clock. So like if we had say the promotional material and they can't come out, just no. So if you know for seeing a Frenchman, you didn't at the border. You know seeing a Frenchman, you did inside London or you inside France. Join me tomorrow at 8. We will kick off with the France Switzerland game. We not say Switzerland, not to team where you could just say, okay, we can't walk over them. For me, any team we don't qualify for go to finals of any competition have the potential to win and beat any other team on the day, provided they perform very well on that particular game. So I will say thank you once more to viewers in our Facebook and YouTube, and thank you once more for your contribution. We like forget on our contribution and on our views them whilst we talk about football, not necessarily about the European Championship where they happen right now, but also about we find game where we get in a salon winner football. So I would like for make una join we at any point in time. If una feel say una can make any contribution, una send we some message. We will see whether we can even get on the panel for local talk about football. If you know anything about salon football or you don't play the game or you get interest for talk about salon football, then you're always welcome. Just send us a message and we'll reach out to you as soon as possible. You now know all the channels, then we forget Sarah J Media. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we also get a website. So definitely we will bring a lot of salon talk, because after the Euros, we will now talk about salon football and African football as a whole, and then we wait to 2022 AFCON na Cameroon. We know say that they go for be the biggest topic of discussion from now on, because the league then they resume hopefully very soon, and we still get like a league blockade na Salon because of COVID. But hopefully they go list down the up soon, and we will begin to talk about Salon Premier League and also some of the things they will face with we international players then really all over the world. We go one for go represent Salon, or the one they already represent to get for the following tracks and records them and make sure we upkeep the nation with their performances in their local clubs. So until tomorrow, I would like for me to join we for watch the France-Switzerland game, and we would like to talk about more into Sierra Leone football. So I want to say thank you once more to all our viewers, and thank you for your contribution. And don't forget to click our likes, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Facebook, as we go like for making sure to get the updated information then when we come online live. But also, there is a show on Tuesday we call the Culture Show. It's going to have a clash with the England game. But we will likely play first half of the England game. We'll talk about salon football and talk about the England game because I can't afford for make that go away. But we will think about it and consider whether it will be vital for make we go on to that. Over to you, Femi. What is
the England game na early?
Na early?
Na afternoon, yeah.
Let me check the records. England game on Tuesday. Yes, it's 5 o'clock. Okay. That's definitely England, Germany. Yeah. Femi, just for miss that game day.
Myself, I might miss the game.
Hey, what an important game for England, Germany. When I just for miss that game day, you shall put me.
No way.
This name called
no way. More like one eye. More like why do you
more like get coaching at 5.
All man go to watch England game. More like, let's be honest. Or that you get television gonna coach you filo. Because me tell you nobody never gonna have feel for go coach. England, Germany game, they left the also let you go coach there. More like we get excuse now.
Well, Femi,
don't say you. More like the best excuse. More like I want give more like the best excuse. More like say one for the picking them. God forbid it. That's okay. Say that salon. Get corona, but you go do you say so man sit on house first. That's the best excuse and now the whole world.
Okay, let me get on the excuse. Femi, is it possible to have the game streamed or to have the discussion stream on Tuesday for the England game?
Let me see how the goody go. I don't have a problem now. No, let's see. Okay, make a work. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We'll make it happen.
Well, Ali, of course, I don't say Instagram for struggle with that. So basically, well, some of you not for struggle because we will make yourself available. Definitely, that's for sure. But again, let's see what's the possibility. Like Femi say, Femi holds the key. If Femi give me the go ahead by tomorrow and we're ready for take the chances, definitely yes. We will talk about the England-Germany game because that is a no-miss game. No-miss game.
And I promise one guess if all work well, T-Boy. I try to get Tony Finnegan, we know about Salon and know about England more. We go really because you don't manage so many players there. So I believe if we will get them for me up tomorrow, it will fine. But I will know 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because I don't know play to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Somebody any somebody with Sierra Leone and like to give himself up. Now the agents will be in the Tony Finnegan will be normal like a yellow man and few other players Salon like Zengale and others. You know. So I try for each other.
Well, no problem. We will try for see if we're able to reach out to a few more other internationals that we don't play in this part of the world and see if we can get them for tomorrow game. But me, I don't worry about tomorrow game now when France they play, but definitely on the England game on Tuesday. Now I'm really talk about.
I'm talking about England game on Tuesday. Sorry, it's about England game on Tuesday.
It's the England game on Tuesday. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, now I'll get time for
the England game on Tuesday. We will start for see if we will get a star-studded studio with ex-internationals. Definitely, if Finnegan come on board, it will be it will be superb. But definitely by tomorrow, we will don't confirm a lot of the possibilities of the people there. So more like you get formation seed, you know. Yeah? I not say it get for be a challenge. But it got to be a challenge for all of us, but we will try in the best possible way as we can for make sure we do the England game. There is nothing.
Okay, let me communicate with the boys then tomorrow.
Thank you. That's what I like.
I'll give you
we don't get to starting point.
I've given you the best excuse, man. I've given you the best excuse. It works for everyone.
Well, yes. Take us. We don't get to starting points. It was a no-no, but we don't get to starting point. I'll communicate with the boys. With Femi,
exactly.
It was a no-no, but he don't tell you say he might get in trouble at work. But we know how to make you get in trouble at work. But I think we came for hijack one of the spare room. Then
Femi sneeze and cough from morning. They tell him say they go to test early.
Femi can't afford to do that right now.
I should say agreeable. So we said now work with the stream the football. We get a big event where then they stream the football. Because we're not allowed for gather socially. So non-social gathering illegal. But because this is not an event where they take place, then the football and the sham on the side it's kind of allowed. So that need to take place this week. But I say, being a boss now work, so I'm not get for Didi. Once me over there ensure say all team work, that should be fine. Avoidable canals can do this. So it's
I want Tony Bobo, sir. I want Tony Bobo.
it's 5:00, I believe, the game. So yeah, I'll give Nami what we can make it happen.
Wow.
Right, thank you very much, Sammy.
Ali not talk it. Ali not talk it. I want Ali back. I want Ali.
Ali don't prepare himself for that game. They pass me a Yusuf. So
right.
basically, Ali cannot take off 1 week in advance where he gets certain games that we want for cover. And that's not one I'm afraid to say he gets to be part of. So definitely he's prepared for that already, and I'm not part of in preparation. But I will let for no more so until we come in Sudan Tuesday and talk about the England-Germany game. This now one of the most challenging games ever. We always don't play in the European competitions the way they happen. Be it club level and international level is even worse. So basically, we will like to see exactly what will be the outcome of that game there. But I want to say thank you once more to viewers then. And I'll continue for joining me tomorrow. We will be the build-up of the England-Germany game. And again, we'll try to see if we can get some few Sierra Leone French internationals. Then we will join me on tomorrow's platform. But until next time, take care and have a nice Sunday because the weekend don't done. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, bye.